Yes, everybody, and welcome to High on Homegrown, the cannabis podcast from Percy'sGrowroom.com. I am Macky from West Korea, and joining us this week, we have Dr. Margaret. Happy Mother's Day, Dr. Margaret, by the way. Everybody say Happy Mother's Day in the chat.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's Dr. Margaret coming at you from Central Ontario, Canada, and also host of Bite Me, the show about edibles.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And it's a damn good show as well, everybody. A damn good show. Check it out if you haven't already. But you should all be listening to Bite Me the Show about edibles by now. Shouldn't they, Margaret? Shouldn't they?
They should, yeah. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, what the hell are you even doing?
That's right. YouTube.com/ what is it, Margaret?
Bite Me Podcast.
Nice and easy then. Nice and easy. There you go, everybody. YouTube.com/ Bite Me Podcast. Subscribe. That would be appreciated. For Mother's Day. Do it for Mother's Day for Margaret. Yeah. There we go. We also have John Colton. What's up, John?
Well, it's kind of a nice day here in Minnesota. 52 freedom units. I believe that's 11, whatever the hell else for everybody. But yeah, nice here today. Sun's
it's
shining,
okay. 11 survivable.
Birds are playing.
That's right.
That's what we've got here today, too. It's the same.
Got 13
sunny, cool.
Okay. Yeah, nice and cool.
But
the wind has been good. Pain in the ass the past couple days, but
also that.
Well, you say you got bad fluctuant. What's it called? Flatulence.
Flatulence.
Flatulence. There you go.
Not that kind of wind, Matt.
Well, he said the wind was a pain in his ass. What am I supposed to do? That's
well, I mean, okay. I get it now. Okay.
Jesus.
Okay. I'm sorry.
As long as there's no follow through, it'd be all right.
Yeah, that's right. As long as it's just wind and not rain, you know what I mean?
That's right.
Anyway, what are you saying, Billy? You good?
Yeah, not too bad. Reasonable, I suppose. I live in the West Korea, so yeah,
that's positive.
Yeah, that is positive for West Korea, mate. So
oh well, we survive.
Evening. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
Evening. We also have from West Korea. We also have Smee. What's up, Smee?
Evening, everyone. Yeah, I'm good. Considering, again, like Billy said, I live in West Korea. However, West Korea has had an uplift this week. I know I won't go too much into it, but it's lifted my spirits. Let's just say that.
Wow. I think it's a sad time because our great and powerful leader, Keir Starmer, hasn't had a good week this week. Dreadful shame for him.
I know,
Dreadful
bless
shame.
him.
Terrible.
Bless his cotton little socks.
Yep. He does such a great job as well. I don't know why so many people would vote against him. It's incredible.
I know, right?
Such a great job. It's a great, wonderous, powerful job.
After he imported so many people as well.
Hold on, let's not go there, Smee. Calm down. Calm down. This is the live stream. It's not a group chat. All right? Yes, here we are, everybody, for the cannabis news and events. Yeah, we've got some news stories to be covering. We've got 5 news stories, and then we're going to head into the grow guides, where we talk about how to fix a broken plant and just lots of things that can happen to the plant and how to fix it. Nice and easy, just like that. But yeah, man, let's talk about what we are consuming on this week. Well, you want to start, Smee? What you got? You got your edibles today? Well, of course.
Yeah, edibles again. Got chocolates and gummies this time. And then I've got some of that hash.
Nice.
Mixed with a little bit of flour for the mighty as we go along. So yeah, beautiful. usual suspects. No whiskey though. Got to drive later.
Oh, I got that's understandable.
Margaret,
no whiskey.
No whiskey.
All right, Margaret.
No
Still wait that till after you drive.
I assume by Margaret's unhappy sound about having no whiskey. What whiskey do you have today, Margaret?
I don't have any whiskey because I have not been drinking. I know, surprise.
I can't believe it.
5 months now.
It has been, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool.
No.
That's cool.
Keep
it up,
Not even
Margaret.
trying.
Great work.
Not even trying.
I've
Who
just got
needs
this,
to when I have a fridge full of edibles?
Well, yeah, for real. Yeah. You have what you enjoy. I'm really enjoying this fine whiskey I've got right now. But anyway, what do you have, Margaret? What are you smoking on? Or you got a drink? What's the score today?
I have gummies today to eat and some Northern Dream in my vape.
Okay.
Because I have like
Fantastic.
4 kinds of gummies in my fridge right now.
Ooh, living the dream.
2 kinds of chocolate. Made some honey roasted peanuts.
Calm down.
What infused honey roasted peanuts?
Yeah.
Shit.
That sounds amazing, actually.
Right?
Recipe?
I love honey.
Yeah,
roast.
that sounds the shit, actually, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Infused dry roasted nuts.
You have a recipe for this on Bite Me
Bye,
there, Margaret?
Billy.
I do. I
Nice.
do.
Oh, right. Oh, just like the taste of dry roasted nuts. That's all.
No, I
You're
said
right.
honey roasted peanuts. You're the one who said you
Ah,
like dry roasted
Oh,
nuts.
honey roasted, even better.
Yeah, because they're sticky then, aren't they, Billy? And you
Yeah,
prefer
they're
that.
stickier.
Yeah.
I like
Like-
sticky nuts.
Yeah,
I bet
like
you do.
dipped in like a tea
It's
bag.
such an innocent
that
thing
tea
Margaret
bag in
had
honey.
going, and
Tea
Billy
bag
had
in
to
honey.
come around and just.
I got my
I
hands
know.
over my
Right up.
face like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Oh my gosh. It doesn't stop. Doesn't
He's
just-
stop.
You encourage it. You
He's
encourage
just
it.
living,
professing his
breathing
love of
meme.
nuts. That's all.
That's right.
Oh.
He loves nuts in and around his mouth.
Oh my God.
What do you have, Billy? What, you got something like this today?
I've just got some same old shit actually because I've been smoking it for a few weeks now. But I do have some grapefruit juice though.
Okay.
Oh.
Jesus.
For fucking hell.
Jesus,
we
that's
go.
an inside joke. If anybody
Here
doesn't
we
know
go.
the grapefruit technique, then go and have a look at that on YouTube. All right.
I don't feel like we should.
No, I
Yeah,
don't think you
feel
should.
No.
It's probably best that you don't.
I
But
feel
yeah.
like John already knows.
I think like John
No,
already knows, and he went in the group
No,
chat
but
at the time.
I can already about imagine. Okay.
Yeah. So what have you got
I
today,
didn't
John? You
have
got
to
something
think
nice?
too hard. The Lemonella 99, baby. That's
Okay.
been my jam for a little bit here now.
Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
That must be cured really nice by now because you've
Oh,
been on
yeah.
it for a good couple of months.
Yeah, it's been a while. Well, the other one, the plant I flowered right after this one, is almost done. So it's
Yeah.
been sitting, pretty good,
Nice.
almost 2 months now. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's very
Nice.
tasty.
Tasty.
Well, I've got this.
Mm.
I don't know, this bubblegum smelling weed. I think it might be lemon tree. I think it's the lemon tree with some hashish mixed up into the mighty and fired up there. Fucking delicious. Oh my
Ooh-wee.
goodness, delicious. And I have a nice, because it's a nice warm day here today in West Korea. Got a nice cold, refreshing Lef beer. It's a very nice beer, one of my favorites. But I got this fucking bottle of whiskey here, Margaret. I know you enjoy the whiskey. I got this Boona Harbin, this 12-year-old Boona Harbin, and it's just fucking crazy, ridiculous, delicious. It's 46%. Yeah, very nice, very nice.
Okay.
Spoiled today. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
tasty show because I've got that delicious whiskey. I'm not firing that up just yet. I'm finishing the beer first. Might hit some of the whiskey in the grow guides, or maybe just wait until after the show because it's strong. But yeah, man.
Don't want to cause an incident. You know what
So
I
we've
mean?
all got some nice shit. We've got some news
Yeah.
to talk about and all that. What other
Oh,
random
yeah.
things can we say before we move on to the news here?
Quick googly moogly.
Moist.
There. Okay.
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 Yeah, well, with that, I suppose it's news time then. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Right then. So, is there a specific article we think we should do? Let's go, Dr. Margaret first, because some crazy shit happened up in Canada. Margaret, what the fuck is this about?
Well, I don't know. Let's find out. This is looks like a news bulletin from the RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, or RCMP in Ontario, has successfully concluded a 2-month investigation that dismantled a significant cannabis distribution network operating across multiple jurisdictions using various distribution methods, including the mail system.
Dun, dun, dun.
So that's a great use of the mail system, but whatever.
Indeed,
Mhm.
indeed.
The investigation began when the RCMP officers received information from Canada Post that a parcel destined for the Northwest Territories was found to contain a large quantity of cannabis and other cannabis byproducts. Working in close collaboration with Canada Post, the Canada Border Services Agency, and FinTrack, investigators were able to uncover a network of individuals receiving orders and shipping their product using an online website called Culture Cannabis Canada. Through the website, the network was shipping cannabis, cannabis-based products, and psilocybin,
Holy.
Schedule 3 substances under the Controlled Drugs and Substances Act to numerous provinces and territories throughout Canada. On March 10, 2026, the RCMP executed 2 search warrants at 2 Ottawa South residences. Investigators seized a total of 485 keys of dried cannabis, 36 keys of hash, and 18 keys of psilocybin. That's a lot of mushrooms. Wowzers.
That is a lot.
And over 7,000 cannabis-infused edibles. Whew, that's a bigger pile than I have. Cannabis-infused vapes and unstamped tobacco with a total approximate street value of over $5.5 million.
This is ridiculous. You know what's ridiculous about this?
All those
How are you sending this in the fucking post? You know what? You just hire a van, fucking drive it there. You know how much safer it's gonna be. Oh my god! Just put this in the fucking post.
Well, maybe these people were shipping out orders, and it wasn't like they're not sending out like 400 keys of weed.
Can we just realize that I feel like we're in the 80s right now every time you say keys, because you know. right?
Yeah, well, you know, you got to make it spicy somehow, I guess.
Yes, spice it up, Margaret. Spice it up.
Yeah. RCMP
Well, I suppose, but cannabis is legal in Canada, isn't it? So why would there be a problem with even shipping this?
Well, you're probably not. It's probably not legal weed. It's probably not from a, you know what I mean, from a licensed producer.
This is probably still the black market. You know what I'm saying?
It's also being sold outside of the retail system, which also would not be legal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And those 7,000 cannabis-infused edibles probably, I don't know, you know how it is. And they're selling mushrooms. I don't know if that's technically legal either.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not. Yeah. So, RCMP officers also seized $115,000 in Canadian currency and 1 vehicle used in the commission of offenses. The RCMP Federal Policing Central Region Serious Crime Unit and Serious Organized Crime Unit arrested and charged the following individuals. Julie Michelle Langevin, 41 of Ottawa, and she got charged with a whole whack of stuff.
Holy, look at all that.
Of Ottawa also got charged with a bunch of stuff. Isha Bardwaja of Ottawa also got charged with a bunch of stuff, and all 3 were released on an undertaking and are due to appear in court. Oh, they would have appeared in court 5 days ago. I wonder what happened to them. I don't know. They're shipping packages to the Northwest Territories. Let those people have some weed up there. I don't know.
Right.
That's like way, way north. I mean, I guess it was to other provinces too, but
it's a bit crazy. This whole list of things, we'll read some of them out. Possession of illicit cannabis under Section 8 of the Cannabis Act. So illicit cannabis is just essentially stuff that hasn't been produced by a licensed producer.
Right. Yeah, pretty much. Like if I grew in my backyard and decided to sell it. I mean, I guess we always knew that would be considered illicit, but yeah, now that there's a legal framework, anything that falls outside of that legal framework could be viewed illicit.
Right. Authorized distribution of cannabis over 30 grams under Section 9 of the Cannabis Act. Possession of cannabis for the purpose of distribution. Possession of cannabis for the purpose of selling it under Section 10. Importation of something that can be used in the distribution of cannabis. What does that mean? They bought bags from China? What does that mean?
I don't know. I guess.
Promotion of cannabis in a manner that could be appealing to a young person under.
How did they figure
17?
that?
Yeah.
I don't.
Probably the packaging.
The edibles or something,
fucking
maybe?
Barney the
edibles,
dinosaur
the
on it or
vapes.
something? What the fuck?
Yeah, probably.
Wow. Possession of a Schedule 3 substance. I suppose that's going to be the psilocybin. Possession of property obtained by crime in excess of $5,000 under Section 354 of the Criminal Code. Possession of unstamped tobacco for the purpose of selling. Okay, so they're also selling dodgy tobacco. And I suppose the other crimes are just the same shit, just on the other people as well. And that's crazy. That's crazy. I thought Canada was good, man. I thought Canada was good with this. Thought we had an understanding. But no.
Well, I mean, you're still shipping keys of shit around.
Right, exactly.
What are we doing?
Yeah, none of that weed would have had excise stamps on it, so they didn't pay their
Right.
appropriate
Yeah.
taxes.
The government didn't get their cut. That's what they're angry about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't get
mean,
our
there's
little
just-
slice of that pie.
Well, it also means that the corporations that are growing, they somehow are losing out on potential business because you got these people
Right.
selling this stuff.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it does just go to show you, no matter how much you legalize it, because Canada is quite legal about it, that this is going to happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel that, from talking to people up in Canada, because I'm obviously not there, that like the prices have come way down on legal, haven't
Yeah,
they?
it is less expensive than it was when it
Yeah.
first
So I
started,
mean,
but-
like, are people just, I don't know, that cheap or
it's still less expensive to buy it on the legacy market
yeah?
in a lot of ways. Yeah, because you can get
What's the
deals.
quality difference?
Mm.
I don't really know. I don't buy
Maggie
a lot
doesn't
of
know. She
dispensaries.
doesn't go to the illicit market.
Yeah, that's a good
I was
point.
just
So
saying, I
yeah,
don't go to the dispensaries.
I mean,
that's
I
a good
have
it's hard to tell.
before, and like some of it's been fine, some of it's been
Yeah,
shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but the same can happen in a dispensary.
yeah, for sure. But in a dispensary, you can't smell it first
Right.
or see
Well, you
it,
can't legacy
really.
either. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess that's true. If it's being shipped, yeah.
Like this, yeah.
Reno says the dispo I go to sells their herb for what we used to pay back in the day for an eighth, and it's good stuff. Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but it is.
I mean,
though, 'cause it's
I
still
don't know what
fucking
that-
far too expensive. I think.
What's
an
that amount of
ounce-
money?
Well, that's going to be
Back
like
in the
$30
day?
or something.
Yeah, free
30,
nugs. What do you
45?
consider that?
Here,
Because
that was
I'll tell
25
you-
bucks.
Mhm.
Yeah, 20, 25 maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Trying
35.
to do
They tried
35.
to do 35 and 8.
I paid 45 here, but we're newly legal.
Wow.
And that
Fuck
was like
that
the
shit.
bottom. That was the bottom of the shelf, and that was with a $5 off discount, and didn't include
Wow.
the 20% tax.
Wow.
So
Oh yeah, you can
55
definitely
by the time I was done.
pay a lot more than that for, well, as we say in Ontario, a half quarter.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
Well,
that's still $280 an ounce prices, which is
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah, it's
overpriced.
stupid. Until an
Yeah,
ounce is
half
the
that
same
price.
price as what an eighth is now. If you're not paying $35 ish for an ounce, it's too expensive. And there's still going to have some kind of illicit market until it gets to them kind of levels, I think. when it drops
Yeah,
into
I
that
would
kind of
say
price.
you'd pay $80 to $85 for the best cannabis grown for an ounce, if you know what I mean. For
Mhm.
cultiv, like yeah, for
Mhm.
yeah.
Or
because the
maybe even
amount you
more,
could
but
grow.
exquisite shit. You know, like
Yeah,
you do
but
whiskey
that'd
and
be
brandy and shit
dependent on
like
where
that.
you're grown. But
you know,
something
yeah.
grown outside, you'd be able to, because of the costs will be negligible, if you know what I mean. You'd only just be your soil upkeep because there's free sun, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
Right.
but for indoor, you might pay a bit more because of the electricity costs, and you'd say they're indoor grown, but it'd be more tended more, if you know what I mean. So that's why you're paying that little bit more. But you'd know up front, and then there's not enough that sort of mama and papa type sales because again, they're all not got the $10,000 for a freaking license or whatever they're being
Yeah.
charged
Yeah.
everywhere. So
That's the problem, isn't it?
that's the problem again, is the actual regulation and being able to sell your homemade produce. You can do your tomatoes, no problem.
Craziness, man.
Just
Craziness.
not this.
Yep. Yep.
So legal, illegal. There's still problems with the sales of cannabis. It's too fucking expensive shit. You know, it's ridiculous.
It
Man.
is true.
I really do think it needs to get down to like $30, £25 for an ounce of cannabis. A pound, a dollar per gram. That's when it starts changing. That's when people no longer go out and grow their own and go to the illicit market. I think. Well, we'll see.
Right.
But we've got some other dodgy shit happening here in West Korea, because we have all of these drugs that are legalized, but illegalized, we're saying, and but you can still get them. You want to talk about this story about what's been happening in the high street? No pun intended. That's what we call it here.
Yeah, cocaine and cannabis are being sold in high
What?
street mini-marts. Dun,
What?
dun, dun.
Told you it's the
What?
80s.
No
man.
way, man. No
But
way.
but it's
That's
illegal.
dangerous.
How is that happening? That's impossible.
Well, experts say, Macky. Experts say. So this is a BBC article. So again, take it with a pinch of salt, but it's basically just lifting the lid on something that we say all the time. If this was legal, this wouldn't be happening. Just bear that in mind throughout this whole story.
Well, it would be just legally.
Well, yeah,
Right, right.
but
As we
you'll
just
see
learned
later
from Margaret's story.
Yeah, but you'll see later in this story that if it was legal, then we wouldn't have the violence that comes with what we're seeing.
Okay.
So
Continue
cocaine,
on, good
cannabis,
sir.
laughing gas, and prescription pills are being offered for sale in mini-marts in the UK high street. A BBC interviewer can reveal. So it's an investigation can reveal. They were readily offered to our undercover researchers who secretly filmed in shops across 4 neighbouring West Midlands towns. One street we visited was described as lawless by an anonymous law enforcement source. Just a few miles away in a town where we found illegal drugs being sold in shops, legitimate businesses told us that they had been intimidated by the gangs and witnessed knife and gun violence. Wow. Across the countries, shop fronts are being exploited by organised criminal gangs that have gained a foothold pushing illegal drugs.
Sorry, it's just I hadn't even considered that. You know, like we've reported before on these things, this cuckooing that they do, where gangs would go into an old person's house and take that over essentially and sell drugs from there. What is stopping them from doing the same thing when it comes to a shop? You know, like the mafia used to go do shakedowns. Like, oh, you got to pay this insurance. It would be a shame if something happened to your windows. They don't pay, the windows get smashed, and be like, oh, look, how convenient is that? And these cunts smash the windows. We know the fucking score. But what's stopping these gangs fucking chucking the drugs into the shop and being like, you're going to sell this stuff for us, and if you don't, we're going to smash your fucking shop, or we're going to put you out of business. And, you know what I'm saying? So, I haven't even considered that. That's probably going on out there. Like, these shops might not even want to do this. They just have no other choice. Because what's the police going to do? They don't do shit in this country anymore unless you write something nasty on Twitter. Sorry, no, that's not true. They do a great job. They are excellent people. They do an absolutely amazing job, and I'm glad they can remove this hate speech away from the far right thug lunatics taking over this country. Thank you, police officers, for keeping us so safe. You were saying, Smee?
Yes. How dare they be patriotic? Okay. I was saying across the country, shop fronts are being exploited by organised criminal gangs and have gained footholds in pushing illegal drugs, says both the National Crime Agency and the Chartered Trading Standards Institute. We analysed dozens of recent local news reports as part of our ongoing investigation into criminal activity on the high streets, from Biden in Devon to Great Yarmouth in Norfolk to Belfast in Northern Ireland. We found that drugs, including crystal meth and heroin, had been found in more than 70 shops and linked premises.
Jesus.
According to our findings in the West Midlands and more widely, a senior Labour MP is now calling on the government to act urgently. We can't resolve our high streets unless we can take out the cancer of organised crime, says Liam Byrne, chair of the Business and Trade Committee. So the government is working with police and the NCA and trading standards to take the strongest possible action against these criminal businesses. A spokesperson for the Home Office said. West Midlands Police.
Strongest possible action being, well, we have no budget and we don't have any officers, and there's really no space in the prisons right now. So the strongest possible action is fucking nothing. You're not going to do a thing.
Whoa.
Sorry. Allegedly.
Flag.
Thanks, John.
Flag.
Sorry. Yeah. I got triggered then. Sorry, Smee. I'm going to mute myself.
No, it's all right. I'm triggered by the article itself, to be fair. And the fact that when you put it onto reading mode only, they've only left pictures in of the drugs, not of the people that are selling them. You know what I'm saying? So,
criminals.
Yeah, so, I know, right? So they're working with West Midlands Police. They said that it would always work with partners to act on complaints about illegal drugs, sales and antisocial behaviour, crime and disorder. this is coming from a guy that was part of the investigation. I got weed, coke, everything, whatever you want, I can sort you out, said the man behind the counter at the mini-mart in Cradley Heath.
Cradley Heath? Yeah, I'm not too far from there. I'm going to have to go check this place out. Do my own little bit of investigation.
Yes, go see the lucky man, Cradley Heath.
You got cocaine, man? Got cocaine?
Laughing gas and prescription pills as well, according to this, mate. So you can have a good time laughing too. We had come, sorry to say Cradley, we had come to the Black Country town as part of our year-long investigation. A law enforcement whistleblower had told us that the drug gangs were out of control along its 300-metre stretch of the high street. When asked, it took just seconds for the man behind the counter of the shop called Cradley Market to supply. Yes, that's the name of the shop,
So
mate.
now we know where to go, motherfuckers. Let's go.
And he supplied the researcher 3.5 grams for £30.
Holy.
So
Legacy market for you, you know what I mean?
legacy market prices, yeah. And from a shop, so you expect that to be a bit,
Yeah.
£5 more expensive than what it normally would be.
That's right.
Fair
And a
enough.
service fee.
This is what I'm saying, yeah. It's normally 25, they're charging 30, service fee, got to pay the bills, aren't they?
Easy to get to. Got regular opening times. You know, they're always in supply.
Yep.
Just
Yeah,
makes
it's
it
like a
little bit
retail
easier.
experience. So,
That's right. That's right.
you know.
There we go. So handing money over to the criminals is not something we do lightly, but in this instance, we decided there was a public interest in carrying out these test phases.
They did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Fair
We
enough
better
giving them the
test.
money. What was
We
she
better
doing with the
smoke it
drugs? She
too.
was exactly.
We didn't want to do it. We just
But
didn't
End of
want
our
to do
investigation.
it.
We threw a big party.
You know,
And within that party, we had.
it's like the coppers, they're out on a night out, you know, and they're like, allegedly, they're out on a night out, and they're like, oh, Phil, we need to get some coke, man. You know, oh, there's this shop up in Cradley Heath, reckon I can get some. They get there, like, you got some of that coke? What are you saying, Mr. Singh? You got some of that coke? And he'll be, yes, mate, no problem. Here you go. And then the next day, they're like, ooh, we might get done for that. We should say it was an undercover sting. That's what we'll do.
Right.
Works every time.
Yep. Right. Sorry, it's me.
And they
An
kept going
elaborate
back.
conspiracy plot has come along now. That's it. They kept going back. It's like, oh, let's
Yeah,
try the
it's-
meth. We did
yeah,
try the
it's-
meth.
What's that heroin like again? So,
Oh,
yeah, it
shit.
says our researcher was able to buy cannabis from the shop on 2 separate occasions.
Holy.
You know what I'm saying? Past shelves of fizzy drinks, sweets, and nappies, he was taken back to the back of the shop and handed a small bag of cannabis from a rucksack by the man who said his name was Aqua.
Oh.
Mm.
When our researcher asked if he could buy cocaine, Aqua
Okay, mate.
immediately made a call to get some. A couple of hours
Holy.
later, a gram of cocaine was delivered to the shop, which Aqua sold for £95.
Holy.
Better be fucking
Wow.
good for that price.
This is like Amazon for
Jesus
drugs,
Christ.
man.
Mhm.
It's more like the bellhop you see in the hotels in New York. You know what I mean? Like if you need something, I got you.
I got you, man. So while we were in the shop, Aqua showed us a selection of pictures of prescription drugs on his phone for sale. Inviting our researcher to take photos in case he knew anyone who might be interested.
This guy is an
He's an
idiot.
retard.
You can't say that, Smee. You can't say the R word.
Retard. He
That's
is a
that's
retard.
better. Please say it
Sorry.
correctly.
Yes.
That's right.
It's my northern. It's the northern accent that makes it sound like I
Wow.
said it the other way.
That's right. You can't use the hard R. You can't
I
do
said
that.
it like a southerner. Retard. There we go.
Yeah,
No,
there
he
you go,
is
that's better.
lunatic. This Aqua.
Well, yeah, he's not
is-
being particularly cautious.
He is, yeah.
Because you don't need to be. That's the thing. Well, obviously,
but
you
then you
got
end up
caught
in the
eventually.
BBC and like an online article. being
How
read
long
out.
do you think this guy has been doing this before they've even come along? This could have been going on for years, for all we know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
True.
we've read time and time again articles where it's like in 2021, and it's like, hang on, it's just a drug
Yeah.
offence while driving. Why is it taking 5 years to sort that out? So
Did you
something
say
like
anything
this.
about that as as the thing progresses? Did it say anything about the timeline? It's a little bit long, Chris.
No, really. It just it goes on about it's just very easy to buy drugs from these places.
It's more like a local advertisement as well. It's like they offer included pregabalin, a prescription drug to treat anxiety.
But the thing is, it's affecting other store owners that have got legal businesses in the area. They're finding themselves being, with drugs comes crackheads. You know what I'm saying? So they're finding that they're coming along, causing problems, or having the windows bricked. It's because, and they don't have. It's okay. These shop owners selling drugs out the back, that's income out the door. They're not getting taxed on and all that stuff. And we know that it doesn't really need advertising to sell that stuff. But these local grocery owners, the mom and pop stores that don't do that sort of stuff, they can't compete. So now they've got no customers, have they?
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going as far as filling balloons with gas so it can be inhaled and all this sort of stuff there. And yeah, buying nitrous oxide in balloons, £25 in cash.
Jesus.
It just, back in my day, we used to be able to buy acid from the local, newsagent. Yeah. And that was about it. You couldn't buy wheat. You just buy these acid tabs from a local newsagent.
No, that was about it. That wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
These guys are selling everything in the kitchen sink, and it's done in broad daylight now, and it's affecting it to the point where you'd keep your head down if you was doing that. You wouldn't want to affect the local businesses, but these don't care anymore, so they're not bothered about affecting the local businesses. And it's it's what I said at the beginning. If this was legalized, then this, at least, the pushing out of the small business and the destroying of
and be
of
way
good
more
people's
controlled.
lives.
They've got bits in this article, so I know it's a bit long, so we're skipping a lot here.
Yeah.
But it mentions about selling the laughing gas balloons to kids.
Yeah.
So if this was properly legalized and regulated, that wouldn't be happening, because if it was found out to be taking place, the place would get shut down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But because it's illegal, the police don't get involved. They hide it. It's just absolutely fucking ridiculous, man. And it's shocking that the government and the experts that are in contact with the government don't see this shit already. Like, the only way to make it safe is to properly legalize and regulate. Otherwise, we have shitloads of shops. This isn't just one shop. What did they say? 70 shops?
The problem is fucking you report on it, send all your fucking information and evidence to the police, and they do fuck all about it.
That's right. Allegedly.
So, like, they can go piss off, can't they?
That's right. They're too busy fucking, and he just takes the piss. Like, they are legit out there just going to stop people for alleged hate speech.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just locking people up for things they've said on the internet.
Yeah.
There's things that could possibly cause offense to somebody you can get arrested for now in the UK. Absolutely ridiculous. But you got actual crimes going on, putting kids at risk. But they're too busy dealing with shit, like easy fucking access crime, innit? Easy jobs that don't have to fill out too much paperwork and shit. If they go out to these shops, they might have to actually arrest somebody who might put up a fight and cause a little bit of grief. Police are so weak in this country. Sorry. Police are doing a fucking excellent job. Crime is at the lowest we've ever seen it. And yeah, we're having a great time,
especially in London. Can't said so. Must be true.
Yeah. That's right.
And this investigation was done in like a 15-mile radius. This is just in a 15-mile radius. They're finding these shops doing X, Y, and Z, and
it's not even in a major city. This is in like Cradley, which is just
Cradley, Sandwell, Dudley, Bridley Hill, and
and at times it's across the UK.
Between Sandwell and Dudley, the two counties, it's like. It's kind of like, it just shows you if it's happening there, how much is it happening all over the country?
Yeah,
especially down south where, we don't really control as much anymore.
Crazy times, man. Crazy times.
Crazy.
Let's go on to the next one. What are we talking about next? Oh yeah. We want to talk about the Cannabis SMOs sued in federal court. That was you, ain't it, Billy?
Oh,
yeah. It's the MSOs as well. So basically, the multiple state operators, which is an MSO, they're being sued in court. Basically, they're trying to seek out a big payout, similar to what Big Tobacco did in the late 90s for being lying bastards, really. So there's several dozen plaintiffs. So several dozen means like at least 36, doesn't it? Because there's like at least 3 dozen.
Yeah.
So I suppose,
Decent maths, man.
Yeah.
Decent maths.
Yeah, from 12 different states. So we're talking like 12 people from 12 states or companies have filed a class action lawsuit against 3 major cannabis companies. So obviously a class action lawsuit is all of them clubbing together and suing them all under the same banner rather than all doing it individually. So that's what class action basically means. There's more than one person doing it. So the lawsuit alleges the cannabis firms marketed adult use cannabis products using deceptive claims of medical benefits. Yes and no, I could sort of, because cannabis is medical, but if you're being deceptive, then you probably need to be pulled in on that. But yeah, I think this could be a quite interesting case. The plaintiffs are represented by an Illinois attorney who's used similar tactics in the past. So it does seem like it's a bit of a, well, I'm not saying
experience in this field. A bit like if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. You know
yeah. Bit like that, yeah.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. So an Illinois attorney, which says it all anyway, some sort of lawyer wanker, attorney with a long-standing grudge against the US cannabis industry, says it all, filed a federal class action lawsuit on Monday against 3 major cannabis multi-state operators, urging that the MSOs use deceptive marketing to mislead consumers about the drug's health benefits. This is what court records show. So they've obviously been digging through the court records to find information here. So Illinois-based MSOs, Cresco Labs, Green Thumb Industries, and Verano Holding Corp portrayed cannabis products to be recreational users as safe and appropriate for widespread use, despite scientific evidence to the contrary. Yeah, I reckon there's loads of scientific evidence backing it up as well. So that'd be interesting in court, isn't it? Yeah. According to the lawsuit filed by several dozen plaintiffs represented by Patrick Keneally, a former Illinois county prosecutor now in a private practice. So basically, he's looking like for some private payouts here. It seems like he's looking for some money. If Keneally's gambit is successful, the lawsuit could force an enormous settlement akin to $206 billion in payouts from that's what Big Tobacco paid out in the late 90s. So even if it's half that, that's 100 billion. If he takes 10%, he's getting like 10 billion. No wonder he's fucking on this case, isn't it? Yeah. A no win, no fees job. Yeah, at 10%, fucking hell. Like he's raking it in there, isn't he? So that's what they're going for. According to the suit, the plaintiffs suffered economic injury as a direct of proximate result of purchasing cannabis. So what, they've smoked it and been too stoned to go to work, is that? So well, the economic injury means like they're financial injuries. Yeah. So that means you're not being able to go to work or something. That means you've been too stoned to go to work. Or so you're a bit of a twat then, ain't you, really? A bit of a lazy cunt, that says to me, rather than blaming it on the weed.
Yeah, because it was proven in last week's story by Margaret that it wasn't the weed that was causing laziness. In fact, productivity went up.
Exactly. Correctly. Yeah, I do remember rightly. Definitely there, Smee.
Why are you talking so quietly for, Smee?
Sorry,
because he's slightly gay.
Yeah, maybe
he's trying to do SMR and shit.
Yeah. Trying to whisper softly in my ear, you see. He's trying to whisper gently. That's what it is.
It's all right, Billy. They're not going to come
exactly.
to you, Billy. Sorry, Smee. Billy.
No, Macky, that's all right.
So sideways.
That's right.
Holy.
Sorry,
Speaking to the microphone, so I don't have to adjust the fucking level on the audio 100 times in an edit.
Okay, Macky, no problem. I'll do that.
Oh, Jesus, he's doing it again.
Sorry, Billy.
Well, can I carry on now?
Yeah, sorry, Billy.
Okay, thank you.
Smee's fault.
Yep. I blame him as well. The plaintiffs, who the lawsuit says purchased one or more cannabis products in one of the 12 states with adult use markets, are seeking unspecified damage as well as a judge's order that would halt the cannabis companies from making claims regarding the medical health or therapeutic benefits of marijuana. Notice how they call it marijuana when it's a bad thing, and everyone else is calling it cannabis. Yeah. Sold through a recreational or adult use retailer. The lawsuit claims. So basically, they've got someone to walk into a thing, buy some cannabis, and gone. Yeah, that don't really like go to the.
I feel this is a setup.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Same here. Yeah, exactly same here. Especially because he's been renowned for this type of thing as well. So he's just gone looking for these people, being a lawyer. Yeah, that's what it is. Lawyers chases. Ambulance chasers, they're known as over here, and maybe and over there. So this is his ambulance chasing, basically. In a statement to the Free Press, Kennedy says the suit is meant to force marijuana. He calls it marijuana business again, but to warn customers about the well-known, obvious, and scientifically valid dangers of cannabis.
Prove it.
Are they? Yeah, prove it.
Show it to me.
Exactly. Show it to me. Yeah. And I'll be able to show you 10,000 studies and the doctors that can prove against, isn't it? So it's like, well, this is why this case will be interesting to see where it goes. In a statement to MJB's Daily, a spokesman for Verano called Kennedy's suit part of a broader litigation campaign that plaintiffs' counsel has brought against several multi-state cannabis operators. The spokesperson also said that the suit mirrors claims that have been rejected by courts in similar legal actions against multi-state operators in the industry earlier this year. So they just tried it again and again, didn't they, to try and force. He's an anti-lobbyist, basically, so he's just trying to find ways to mess with the cannabis industry, it seems. Kennedy is a complete twat. Oh, no, sorry, it doesn't say that. Kennedy is affiliated with a Smart Approaches to Marijuana, again, using the marijuana word. So the country's leading anti-marijuana legislation, because they're anti-marijuana, they're not pro-cannabis, they're anti-marijuana, yeah? So Kevin Sabet, a former staffer in the White House Office of National Drug Control Policy, is the group's executive director. Frequency compares marijuana companies to big tobacco. Again, they like use. That's why I'm using that word, because it differentiates what they're doing. They're using the derogatory term rather than its actual real use, which means it's medical. The cannabis term. They're trying to confuse people.
Like, it shouldn't be used at all anymore. Marijuana is just not a word. It's not marijuana. It's cannabis.
Right.
Yeah.
And anybody who does use that word is using it in a detrimental way to try and make cannabis seem like the illicit drug they try and make out it is, you know?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. It's at least the second time in recent weeks that Keneally has gone to the courts to oppose cannabis broadly. Keneally is the attorney of record in the March lawsuit filed against the Trump administration that seeks to halt the nascent reimbursement program for the CBD treatments. Again, like, this dude just seems hell-bent against cannabis, right? Not saying pharmaceutical companies are trying to like backing him, but like,
this guy sounds like a straight jag-off.
There's some envelopes being passed his way, or he's looking for a big envelope to be passed his way. Either one, he's searching envelopes. It's also the latest in a series of lawsuits brought against cannabis companies by members of the public who allege cannabis firms misled them about products. Their safety and legality, court record shows. It's again,
what legality? What?
Yeah, it's like if
they bought it in a legal state. What are we talking about?
So if you bought it illegally, then you're the one breaking the law, then, ain't it?
Yeah.
Fuckers, cunts. Let's move on. One such lawsuit built against Verano was dismissed in March. So again, they're being named again. They're trying to class action lawsuit now with the same company. It's not immediately clear why Keneally has his clients picked the 3 Illinois MSOs as targets in the suit. Yeah, why have they picked them? Again, the lawsuit cites various marketing materials that promote best marijuana strains for depression. What's wrong with that then?
You want to know
there are some better ones.
They have picked these 3 Illinois SMOs as a target in the suit. The other guys paid the fee. You know, like I said with the shakedown thing, like they've gone to all these different companies and been like, "Look, I'm going to have this class action lawsuit. We're going to come and sue you, motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Unless,
Well,
just give me a little piece of that.
It sounds like he is.
Give me a nice apple pie. Yeah, give me a nice apple pie, pumpkin pie, some sort of pie.
That's right.
He is working in his state, though. It seems like it would seem to me that he would pick those ones if they are in Illinois.
You fucking paid off as well, are you, John? Huh?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Wait.
Oh, wait.
John's sitting there shuffling his envelopes. Yeah.
Whoa.
He's got a text coming through right now, I reckon. Beep, beep from Agent Steve. Agent Steve's texting him right now. Yeah.
That's right. It's Agent Steve.
Shh, John.
He's just saying, I'm listening. That's all his text. I'm listening. Like, I can hear you live. Wink, wink. Nudge, fucking nudge.
That's right.
All right. So basically, that's what it says. Like, the lawsuit is, again, not claim damages regarding the purchases of cannabis pursuant to a physician's prescription or order. So what does that really mean? So because they're not prescribed it, it's their own fault for buying it and not going to a doctor, isn't it? So if you bought it from so if you got it, notably, the lawsuit does not claim damages regarding purchases of cannabis pursuant to a physician's prescription or order. So if someone's used exactly the same cannabis for depression and it works, they can't sue them for that. But the person that did and it didn't work, they can sue them.
Well, I think what they're getting at is more.
No, this is what they're saying.
They're going after rec versus medical.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So if a physician says, smoke this cannabis for depression and I use it and it worked for me, but someone else went and smoked it recreationally and it says it's good for depression because it did work for me, so they're not lying, yeah, and then it didn't work for them, then therefore they can get sued because it didn't work for them. That's
right, but it would be the doctor getting sued or the physician in that point, because the physician is the one who said, "Hey,
but it's still the
here's
same
this.
cannabis. But it's the same cannabis that worked. So the company are saying this cannabis works for depression because it worked for me. So they're using me as a selling angle.
Right.
Yeah. So what they're saying is the truth, but it just didn't work for that person who's just smoking it, saying, "Oh, it didn't work for me, therefore I can sue you." That's like saying McDonald's saying, "Oh, this burger will cure some of your hunger," and then someone who weighs 300 pounds eats a burger and goes, "Nah, mate, I need 10 of your burgers." Right. Yeah, if you know what I mean. So it's relative, you know what I mean. So I think it's just like bullshit. Again, it's just finding angles to ambulance chase, and that's what this is about, ambulance chasing. Yep. So just basically, so shoot cannabis companies.
Sorry, Marcus Paris in the chat says, "Macky, the squirrel across the screen is from the last show." Oh, keep quiet though.
Oh, I didn't even pick that
up.
What?
I thought I would leave it this week because I wanted to see if anybody notices. And well done. You are
the plan, Margaret.
What did it take us? 47 minutes? 47, well, probably 37 minutes because 10 minutes.
So he's testing how astute, and those are
nobody noticed except for Marcus. Well done. Sorry, Billy, you were saying?
Yeah, quickly move on, shall we? Yeah, is that what you're saying?
Indeed.
Before everyone notices. Okay. So should cannabis companies be forced to warn consumers of health risks? So this is also the second time Canada has taken legal action against the Free Green Thumb as well, specifically. So it's the second company he's taken action against previously. So like he obviously lives and works and like suing people in Illinois, and he just seems to be choosing these companies because they operate there. And then thinking, they operate in other states, so I can maybe get some money that way as well. I'll chase some ambulances that way. So in the last time cannabis firms were forced to pay for an advertising campaign that connected the drug to suicide and poor career outcomes. State's attorney in rural McHenry County, Illinois, 23, Kennedy threatened to sue the companies that operated the 4 licensed cannabis retailers in that county. As part of the settlement, those cannabis stores became the first in the country to be required to warn customers through in-store signature of the mental health dangers of cannabis and abstain from marketing their products as medicine. There you go. Kennedy wrote in a blog post. So basically, because other companies have folded before to his like cartel bullying techniques,
right?
Then
he's trying allegedly.
Sounds like we don't want to be fucking with this guy, bro. Be careful what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where was he when?
yeah.
Where was he on the Sackler family?
Suck my dick, exactly. The company's also paid Keneally's office 100,000 to found billboards that will warn cannabis links to severe mental health problems, including schizophrenia and suicide. He sounds a right cunt, didn't he? I think you're a cunt, Keneally. You can suck my dick. So cannabis is not a medicine, but it's noxious substance that causes it exacerbates the mental health disorders and purposely treats Canadian. Obviously, it's causing me Tourette's outbursts there, so you must be right.
I noticed it was aggravating your disability there. I wanted to try
it was. My spazziness was coming out. Sorry about that. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that's a article over there. So
how can they make them put up signage that says that without actual proof?
It's a smear, just a complete.
I want you to look it up right now and tell me how many people cannabis has caused to suicide themselves. You know what I mean?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and
like that's also mental to me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, then do it in a comparison to pharmaceuticals and alcohol.
Yeah, or alcohol. Yeah,
or fast food addiction.
Yeah.
But can we just also note that
looking in the mirror?
I feel like you skipped a paragraph there, Billy, where it talked about the medical cannabis is now Schedule 3 drug, what have you.
Yeah, it's no point because we've done a whole thing on being on that, so it's just
no, I know, but I mean, like it's really weird to me that they can sit and say that even this attorney, right, can sit and say that.
Well, that's why we won't go after medical because
when there's the same plant.
Yeah, it's saying exactly the same that this if it's sold as recreational, then it's not medical. If it's sold as medical, then I can't touch it because it is medical, even if it is exactly the same plant.
Yep.
Or even the same strain.
What judge is sitting there and not going, well, what's the difference? Why aren't you doing this?
Well, like I said, other companies have already paid him money because they're too scared.
These are the same people that put sell-by dates on it and say that it's more dangerous after the sell-by dates run out. You know, they're just, it's honestly a fucking attack on cannabis. It's just an attack on cannabis. And where was all this with the Sackler family and their opioids? Do you know what I mean?
Right?
Exactly.
Where was all the people being warned about the side effects of all that shit?
What do you mean?
Do you know what I mean?
Side effects? There are no side effects. Completely healthy and non-addictive.
Allegedly, the alleged side effects
That's
then.
right.
Sorry. Yeah.
Trying to get sued? Fuck yeah.
Isn't it? It's like Midazolam was pretty good stuff as well.
Yeah. And that flutamide stuff.
Thalidomide, wonder drug. Without that, the world would be.
Without that, we wouldn't have flids. What would we do in the world without flids? Eh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here for a start.
Same.
Anyway, let's go on to the one John has here because we've still got two more to get through.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we've still got your one there, John. You want to talk about the adults using devil cannabis, this marijuana substance?
Holy. Well, I'm going to hope that this is a more positive, upbeat article because we've been having tough ones, I guess. So more older adults are using cannabis as an alternative to pharmaceuticals. Federally funded study from American Medical Association shows. I kind of like that, right? We have a study here, everybody. Apparently. So most older adults who seek out cannabis do so to avoid negative effects associated with traditional pharmaceuticals or because they've exhausted other options to treat conditions like pain or sleep disorders, according to a new federally funded study released by the American Medical Association. Everybody knows, those guys know what they're talking about. The study published in JAMA Network, open on Friday, examined the motivations that have driven older adults to become the fastest growing demographic of cannabis consumers in the U.S. Well, I lost myself for a second there. Of cannabis consumers in the U.S., researchers at the University of Utah Health and the University of Colorado Boulder also looked at product preferences among the older adults who expressed interest in experimenting with cannabis. For the community-based qualitative study, which was supported by funds from the National Institute of Health, researchers interviewed 169 adults aged 60 or older who were seeking relief from age-related ailments. Examples would be pain or difficulty sleeping, and improved quality of life. While the underlying trend of seniors increasingly turning to cannabis has been widely reported, little is known about the motivations and factors that influence their use of edible cannabis and product choice, the study authors said. The interviews analyzed for the study, which took place from November 2021 to November 2023 as part of a broader clinical trial, offer preliminary answers to the question about motivations. I mean, so this was done a little while ago. I think it'd be all right. Many participants described a reluctance in using traditional pharmaceutical treatments, the study author said. Notably, they had concerns about adverse effects, long-term health risks, or dependency associated with pharmaceutical medications, and viewed cannabis as a safer alternative.
Smart people.
Yay. Yeah,
Smart
yeah,
people.
I like that right there.
I do.
People are waking up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, my mouth was slowly smiling more and more and more as he was reading that sentence, like that Grinch sort of.
That's the edibles kicking in, bro.
The edibles,
sorry.
all that. Either way, I'm smiling like that.
Either way, it's good, right?
Yeah, it's good, John.
Participants also reported that they had exhausted all pharmacologic and non-pharmacologic options, example therapy, acupuncture, or massage for symptom management, so they desired to try cannabis as a last resort, they said. Some participants who were experiencing substantial physical and mental health burdens sought to use cannabis to address their new or escalating symptoms related to pain, sleep disturbance, or mood changes. Other older patients said that they were motivated to try cannabis because they had heard about the benefits through personal networks, medical talks, and media sources. Now, personal networks, why couldn't we have said family and friends? Like, that's usually where you hear about it, in my opinion. You know? Anyways, a cohort of interviewees said they wanted to give cannabis a try for recreational use, such as for getting high or to improve social gatherings with friends and activities, while others reported using it as an alternative to intoxicants such as alcohol. Overall, they really wanted better quality of life, reducing their pain, getting better sleep, and being able to enjoy time with family and friends a little bit more. Rebecca Delaney, assistant professor of population health sciences at University of Utah Health, who co-authored the study, said in a press release. Across all motivations, older adults were most likely to choose a combination cannabis product, but distributions of motivations differed by the product participants intended to purchase, the author said in the AMA published paper. As far as product preferences are concerned, 58% of older adults chose edibles with a combination of THC and CBD, compared to 29% who selected a CBD dominant product and 14% who went straight for the THC dominant edible. Interestingly, the most common drawback of cannabis with a combination of THC and CBD cited by the participants was concern about getting high or being impaired. For CBD products, the biggest concern was about the perception of limited efficacy. So are they saying that they were worried about not getting enough out of it from CBD because they're not feeling
not
it, maybe?
working? Yeah, CBD not working the same way THC does, because it doesn't have that psychoactive effect, but it still has medicinal properties. But I think people are skeptical about that.
Because they're not seeing it, I guess.
Yeah, not feeling an effect of it.
Yeah, not feeling it. Right. The study, which received funding from the National Institute of Aging under National Institute of Aging under NIH, also found that the most common health conditions older adults wanted to use cannabis for were sleep, 57%, pain, 50%, and mental health, 25%. For the most part, we found that these folks aren't really interested in getting high. They just want to feel better, said author of the study. The study concludes by reiterating that as cannabis legalization becomes more widespread, older adults are increasingly turning to it not just for recreational use, but to manage symptoms associated with aging, including pain, sleep disturbances, and mental health concerns. In the absence of medical consultation, they face numerous decisions without clear information about what products can best address their needs, it said. I'm kind of confused on that. With the most common product profile selected being a combination of CBD THC, expanding research to identify the potential benefits and harms of this treatment option may help inform clinical guidance. Future efforts should focus on equipping practitioners with practical tools and creating accessible patient resources to ensure older adults can make informed choices about edible cannabis products as part of their care. That whole section right there makes me feel like, hey, we had to stick in a little bit of a negative on this, right? Is that how you feel on that one too?
You always got to throw a negative in there somewhere.
Because they didn't say anything about, an issue above from the patients that were, they were surveying or before, but they had to stick this in here, I feel like. The ultimate goal is to develop resources to help people make decisions and find products that meet their needs, and to figure out how we can distill information to patients and physicians. Delaney, one of the study authors, said, "We would really love to see more of these conversations happening between physicians and patients to make sure that people feel supported and informed when seeking alternative ways to address their pain." Meanwhile, another recent study involving more than 3,500 patients found that using medical cannabis appears to help people reduce their use of other medications, including opioids, sleeping aids, and antidepressants. They also experience far fewer negative side effects after switching to cannabis from prescription drugs. Of course, we would. About 1 in 3 Americans who use CBD say they take it as an alternative or supplement to at least one medication, particularly painkillers, according to a federally funded study published in February. Similarly, another recent federally funded study published by the AMA added more evidence that cannabis can serve as an effective substitute for opioid in chronic pain treatment. It seems like they're just saying more and more about other ones. Let's see what else. So more studies saying the same thing, basically. So meanwhile, earlier this year, it was reported that senior residents in Arizona independent living communities could see a different kind of care service available in their neighborhoods. The kiosks, I believe we talked about this article. And for what it's worth, Trump last year shared a video promoting the health benefits of cannabis, suggesting that covering CBD under Medicare would be the most important senior health initiative of the century. Boom. And that is the end of that, baby.
Little discussion in the chat going on there. Random tangent.
I don't
Steve
see
again. Said he's talking about cowabunga being a Bart Simpson term, but it wasn't. Yeah, it was Michelangelo from the Turtles. Wasn't Bart Simpson saying "Don't have a cow, man"? That was his saying, right? I don't think it was.
Yeah, don't have a cow, man.
Cowabunga as well, because he was a Turtles fan.
Oh yeah, I think he did say that too.
Yeah, when he was skateboarding, he'd say cowabunga because he was a Turtles fan. But yeah, I pulled him up on that in the chat, Macky. Don't worry about it. I said, ChatGPT let you down that time, mate.
That seemed a little serious there in chat, apparently.
Yeah. But it is serious. You can't misquote Bart Simpson like that.
Okay.
All the Turtles, man.
Leonardo, man.
He was legend.
Fire top, eat my.
This is our nostalgia you're talking about.
That's the appropriate response.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. There we go.
Interesting
story, but not surprising.
So, a slight little segue here from this article. Yesterday, my mother was here helping, doing some painting and such, and she has, I guess she found out that she's going to have to replace her hip, possibly, what have you. So she's been having a lot of pain, right? So she's like, "Hey, John, you got any gummies?" And I was like, "Of course I do, Mom.
10 pounds.
Would you like some more?" So I'm like, "Here, take these. Go home. I'm like, just take a half of one, take one, whatever makes you feel like." And my daughter last night, my oldest daughter, they were playing board games with my mom. My mom took one. She was feeling dandy.
Nice.
Okay. So obviously it helped her out a little bit, at least for last night.
That's right. And it gives the kids
Just
a little
saying.
bit more of an advantage. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yep. That's right. Boom.
Yeah, man.
Nice
Cannabis,
to hear
baby.
that, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, cannabis is helping people all round, man.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
When it's allowed to, and not
Yep.
restricted
Mhm.
like here in West Korea.
That's right.
You know. And soon
And
to
even
be,
if it is restricted, don't be afraid to, if you know a loved one or family members in pain, and don't be afraid to give them just a little bit.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Make sure you
it'll
tell
work.
them.
Yeah, I did it with
Right.
my grandma. She was 90+ years old, and
Mm-hmm.
it made the last bit of her life a lot fucking easier. So
Mhm.
not only has cannabis helped me, but it's helped people I love
Mm-hmm.
go through the last bit better. So yeah, do it, people. Go get your grandparents stoned.
But you have to be careful. Out there in
Yeah, be
Australia,
careful,
everybody.
though.
What one news article to quickly get through here. We got because the research coming out of Australia, they don't say
Whoa.
cannabis
Oh, my
is
goodness.
good. No,
What?
cannabis
Oh
is,
my.
it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. This
In
cannabis thing.
Australia?
New research raises
No.
concerns about safety of higher THC medicinal cannabis products in Australia. Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
Only in
New-
Australia, so it's all right.
Only in
everywhere
Australia.
else.
Everywhere else
Not
is
in
okay.
Australia.
Yeah, this is an Australian shout out.
Yep.
It's the Australian bastard cannabis doing this.
Stuff
New
that
Monash
Macky
University research has found that more than half of all adverse events reported to Australia's medicines regulator involved in medicinal cannabis were linked to higher THC products, with psychiatric disorders the most commonly reported adverse reactions. So people are getting really fucked up and going mental, according to this. Australia has seen a significant shift in medicinal cannabis prescription in recent years, from products with lower THC concentrations to higher THC products. More than 1,000 unregistered medical cannabis products are now available for prescription in Australia. That's unregistered as well. That's crazy. None of which have been assessed by the Therapeutic Goods Administration for efficiency or efficacy, safety or quality. The study, published in the Australian and New Zealand Journal of Psychiatry, examined 1,124 adverse events from 614 reports made to the TGA involving medicinal cannabis between mid-2022 and May 2025. So that's fucking... I don't know the populations of these countries, but it's in the millions. And like tens of millions. And they've examined just over 1,000 people over the last 3 fucking years.
Right.
And it's just, I don't think the numbers are good enough, to be honest. Researchers found out category 5 products, whatever the fuck they are, some kind of hurricane, I think, which can contain THC concentrations ranging from 13% to more than 88%. And again, ranging from 13% to 88%. You're comparing a fucking a wine, a normal table wine that you would have with dinner, to fucking absinthe. It's not the same fucking thing. Jesus, man.
It isn't.
No, accounting for more than half of all adverse events reported, 54.1%. Dried flower was most common product form involved, followed by oral liquids, calm down, Billy, and e-cigarette products. And I mean, it's not surprising how much of cannabis use is flower.
You notice the order they put those in too, right? It kind of coincides with the 13 to 88%.
Oh yeah, very true. Yeah, psychiatric disorders were the leading category of adverse events, reported over 30.6%, and the higher THC products, specifically 31.9%. That's like hash or something. The most frequently reported psychiatric adverse reactions to high THC products were anxiety, psychotic disorder, and paranoia. 14 cases, everybody. Oh my goodness. Involved suicidal ideation, suicidal behavior, or suicide attempt. Now let's just go back for a second and let's let's take a look at the stats. I don't have the stats, but if you want to go and look at the stats, go and fucking look at the stats. What's the statistics here on SSRIs? Huh? You think only 14 people over the last 3 years have attempted to kill themselves from taking SSRIs? I reckon that number is substantially higher, like numerous zeros behind 14.
Yeah.
To be more accurate. And they want to point at cannabis and be like, oh, look, cannabis is the devil. People are consuming it and killing themselves. But say nothing about SSRIs? Fucking
right.
Jesus. Sorry.
I can almost guarantee that the cannabis isn't what caused that.
And even if it is, it's a minute percentage compared to the shit that's legalized and prescribed to people every single fucking day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Anyway,
Yep.
ranting, sorry. Respiratory disorders were the fourth most commonly reported adverse event category. The finding reflects a shift from an earlier analysis of the TGA adverse event reports up to early 2023, when nervous system disorders were the leading category of most cases involved combination CBD and THC products. Lead author, my Fanwy Graham. I think we got that right. That's correct.
Good.
My Fanwy Graham. That's crazy. An NHMRC postgraduate scholar and Monash Research Excellence Scholar said the findings highlight the need for better screening and monitoring of patients prescribed higher THC medical cannabis. There's a quote here from that person. In earlier analysis, most reports involved combination CBD and THC products. In this study, higher THC products accounted for more than half of all reports and psychiatric disorders, including anxiety, psychotic disorder, and paranoia, are the leading adverse reactions. We also saw reports of suicidal ideation and behavior, Ms. Graham said. These findings suggest that vulnerable people are not being effectively screened and managed in clinical practice. Ms. Graham said the true number of adverse reactions is likely much greater than the data suggests, given the well-known limitations of voluntary adverse event reporting systems. So that's another thing. If this is voluntary reporting, is this like people who have been found with cannabis and then like, oh, why are you using cannabis? Oh, it's for my mental health, or they've done something wrong and they blame the cannabis. I don't know. There's loads of different things that need to be taken into consideration with these random studies that they do. Like, why is the person even talking to the person doing the study in the first place? Because that's going to have an influence. Anyway, these reports capture only a fraction of the adverse events that may occur. The fact that we are seeing this volume of psychiatric adverse reactions, even with significant underreporting, should prompt a closer look at how these products are being prescribed and monitors, Ms. Graham said, which is fine. Whatever, fine. Do the studies. Find out what's going on, but don't ignore the SSRIs, because there's been shout-outs for them for like a decade now, maybe even longer. Like, somebody needs to look at this, and they're just ignoring it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Just don't point your fingers at cannabis when there's other bigger culprits that need to be looked at, in my opinion.
Right.
These motherfuckers. So yeah, cannabis is bad. Everybody, stop consuming it.
Mate, right. You know when you said go look at it, you don't know the statistics. Go look at it. I thought I'd have a look because I wanted to kind of make sure. You'd be staggered, man. Check this out. So between 2006 and 2013, 538,577 people aged 6 to 59 who started SSRIs. 55% of those had suicidal tendencies before starting it. That only dropped to 34% after treatment. So 34% of people, of these 538,000 people, still had suicidal tendencies after SSRIs. So, and these are supposed to help you with these suicidal tendencies, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you're still getting more of them on than the cannabis by far. But yeah, you're right. They won't say that, will they, mate?
No. That's it. They'll ignore that one because that's a big pharma pays to keep it quiet. I mean, allegedly. But yeah, that's all the news, everybody. Some good stories, some bad, some bullshit. But that's the way the news goes. Mainly bullshit nowadays. Fucking news bullshit. I mean, yeah. So I don't think there's any forum news. Anything to add? Forum news, bite me news. Anything to add there?
No.
Not really. No.
Nothing happening over on the edibles. Nothing.
Well, I'm
there?
always making them. You just have to go to Bite Me
Mhm.
Podcast to find out more.
We're gonna have to
Okay,
ask
well,
the
that's what
same
we need to
question
hear.
we ask every week, Margaret. What's going on?
No.
Still not there?
No.
Gosh. Gosh.
Oh.
We need a good storytelling podcast to listen to, Margaret. And you're the person for that job. Gosh. Gosh. Okay. Next
Yeah,
week.
sorry. Sorry to
Let's try again
disappoint.
next week. That's all right. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
that's right.
It's not just me you're disappointing. It's all these hundreds of thousands of fans that we have. They just listen to the show every week, just hoping that one day Margaret's going to say, yes, it's ready.
Oh. Ooh. Everybody would be excited.
No pressure, Margaret.
Because the man from
Flock of
Del Monte is
people.
no longer saying yes.
That's what it is. Yeah. Anyway, there we go. There's the news.
That's right.
Let's take a smoke break, everybody, and go chat some shit. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Do.
There we go. Smoke break. Smoke break. Nice. So what's going on this week, everybody? We watched that show. Yeah, Adam Bomb in the chat. I don't know if you're still listening. He might be busy at work, doing his thing as he does. But he mentioned the fight today, the UFC fight.
Yeah.
Now, is there a UFC fight happening?
Yeah.
Well, it was last night.
I'm with you, Margaret.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Yeah. No spoilers, but yeah.
Who fought?
No
ended
spoilers.
well.
Yeah.
What wasn't that? Smee, you know these guys' names better than me. What are you saying?
Hamzat Chimaev is
And Sean
The-
Strickland.
versus Sean Strickland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
And there was a lot of bad
Interesting.
blood between them before the
Yep.
fight started. And
Oh no.
It was good.
Scripted or real?
no,
No,
this
not
is
with
real.
Sean Strickland. You get realism
Well,
with Sean Strickland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
saying.
He don't pull punches in
No.
the octagon and out of the octagon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he's very unapologetic for it as well. He's like, "Fuck you, grow up."
He doesn't have to apologize to anybody.
Ah,
You know what I mean? He's been the
Yeah.
champ.
yeah. He used to be the champ.
Make
and
me
he's going
apologize
for it again.
So
So let's see how he does.
Yes. Good fight. Good fight.
Good fight.
right.
It was real good.
It's good. UFC is like an acronym they use when talking about our prime minister as well.
What?
Yeah.
Use your imagination, John.
Your
'cause we're not
imagination.
allowed
Yeah,
to in
yeah,
this country because that doesn't keep us safe. Thank you, Starmer. You keep us all safe.
Mhm.
That's right.
Mhm. Yeah, good
That's right.
times. But yeah, just we play some Minecraft as we do. We play some Minecraft. Been flag wars going on over on the Minecraft here. John and Smee just ruining each other's flags. Gosh.
I haven't made
gosh.
one flag other than the big one. Billy.
That's all right.
Is it Billy? Is it?
Billy's.
Oh my
Billy makes
goodness.
all the flags.
Billy.
He's
I
the
put
flag
banners up.
master. And
No,
the
they're
banners,
not
yeah.
flags, they're banners, mate. They're just
Yeah,
banners.
yeah.
Oh,
They just
yeah.
happen to be a banner with the English flag on it.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
there's no street lamps in Minecraft, so he just puts them anywhere, right? Because
Pretty much, yeah.
we don't have street lamps to put them on, unfortunately, so they have to go.
Yeah, so
anywhere.
we had this fucking big
well,
election here in the UK as well. Remember we did this fucking bingo card thing? And one of the things
Yeah.
on the bingo card I had was Keir Starmer will resign within the first 2 months. We're on month 5 now of this motherfucking year. And he still hasn't resigned. And the recent elections, like local elections, all the small councils electing who they want to run that. And Labour lost a ridiculous amounts of seats. And Labour's the
It sounded
party
probably
that's in power.
like horrendous.
John, it's so bad, right? We got the great United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. So you got Great Britain, which is the big island, which is Scotland, England, and Wales, and then you got Northern Ireland, right?
Yep,
Which is
yep.
a little bit of the island on the side of us. So there's a shitload of people here, and one of the countries, Wales, has been in control by Labour. Labour has been running Wales as their government for over 100 years, non-stop.
Holy.
Wow.
Always been
that's
Labour.
a long time.
But this election has been so bad for Labour because they've done such a bad job. According to some people, I think they're doing great. Thanks, Keir Starmer.
Yeah.
But Wales is no longer under Labour control. I'm not sure if it went to reform or whether it went to that Plaid Cymru. I'm not sure which one it was. But for Labour to lose control of Wales after it's ran it consistently for over 100 motherfucking years is a big deal, and they lost hundreds of seats, hundreds of councils, and it's like the worst fucking result to an election I've ever fucking seen. It's so
Labour
bad.
lost 1,496 council seats.
Wow.
Don't worry, Mr. Starmer. All these people are wrong. They're all wrong.
So obviously you would think after that amount of a loss with a historic defeat so bad that he would resign as Prime Minister.
Mm-hmm.
But he hasn't, and he refuses to.
And double down.
Absolutely
I just don't
crazy.
understand your guys' stuff like that. Where
Yeah,
it's
our
like,
politics is
oh, you
strange.
should resign. You should resign. What do you mean? Like, isn't there an election coming soon? No.
No, because these were local elections. They're like state elections rather than the big election, the presidential election.
Right.
This wasn't a general election. It's just in control of who's in control of the councils.
And it's
And they lost
somehow seen
ridiculous.
as somewhat as a job. So if you're doing so bad at your job, then you've just got to resign. It's as simple as that. And he's doing such a bad job at running the country.
I mean,
Allegedly.
Proven baddies.
allegedly, that's a matter of opinion. The Smee's opinion is not the opinion of me or anybody else on the High on Homegrown panel.
all the polls this past coming week were completely wrong, Mr. Starmer. You are doing a phenomenal job.
And you seen this guy, this Keir Starmer, come out and it's like, you wouldn't change a pilot halfway through the flight. And it's like, you would if he was doing a really fucking shit job, mate.
Yeah. He was pissed up and trying to hump
Flying
all
the
the
fucking
stewardesses.
plane in zigzags. Fucking people are fucking pissed off, scared for their life. They'll be like, can we change the fucking pilot, please? Jesus.
Isn't it? And the only poll recently Starmer's liked is a Ukrainian rent boys one.
Oh,
This is it.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Just saying, you know, I've done some stuff in my time, but I've not got little Ukrainian rent boys smashing my car and house up.
Yeah.
No,
When
your
no one
ones are
else knows where it
Vietnamese.
is. Yeah.
Shh. Shh. They haven't got visas, man.
So yeah, how does it look, Margaret? How does it look for you guys in Canada? You see much news of what's been going on over here in West Korea?
A little bit. I did see something about how the Labour Party was not doing so hot, like Keir Starmer. I did see a bit about that, but I didn't realize it had anything to do with Wales in particular. Is that what you're saying? Is it Wales in particular was the one place where they lost a ton of seats?
No, just
Lost control.
they lost
Or
a ton
just
of seats
generally?
everywhere. Everywhere they lost a
Right.
ton of seats, but it was to the extent where Labour even lost a country which they've been running
Wales.
for over 100 years. Yeah.
That's a long time though. Maybe it's about time they said,
Oh,
you
it's
know,
definitely about time.
it's time to switch it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting.
That is
bit
crazy.
of politics this week over here in West Korea. Very interesting indeed.
You know, his dad was a tool maker.
Oh
He
yeah,
made,
I
he
haven't
made
heard
one
that.
hell of a tool.
A great tool, a very useful person who's doing a great job running the country. Thank you
Brilliant
again
tool.
to our great and powerful leader, Keir Starmer. Fuck.
Freudian slip, Macky. I totally get that. Totally get that. Please don't come and take him away, Mr. Starmer.
That's right.
Anyway, what else can we talk about there? That was just an interesting thing that's been going on this week. Fucking crazy.
It has been. I've seen a bunch of it on TV too, but I don't particularly understand. So that's kind of like, is it kind of like mid elections? Kind of like
Yeah, it's
what we
kinda
have
like the
going to be
midterms.
happening this year?
Yeah, but not
Yeah.
as impactful as what the midterms are, though.
Right.
Because, you know, if the
Okay.
midterms go a particular way, it pretty much makes the president a lame duck, doesn't it? He can't do anything,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But these elections really don't really affect what happens in Parliament as the main government.
Just what happens locally in local
Yeah.
governments.
Right.
So they're more like municipal, or like here we have provincial elections,
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
but they're kind of completely separate
yeah.
from the federal one.
Even the provincial would be a lot bigger than
It-
what this was.
Does have a
Okay.
large impact on your life because they decide on like all the bins and the roads and
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah,
the
like
local
the
council.
area. Mhm.
yeah, it's like
it's owns
they have
some
massive control over your life, even more so than some of the general elections. So that's why I don't understand why people don't take it more serious.
Yeah, they
Right.
tend to pay more attention to like here federal and provincial than they do municipal. Maybe because it seems boring because they're like, well, it's garbage collection. Who cares? Until they're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's only coming every 2 weeks now, which
Yes.
did
Yeah,
happen in my
exactly.
city a couple of years ago. So
Whoa, that's
Same.
no good.
yeah.
It's every 2 weeks here.
And then
John.
the
Listen, you
property
need-
taxes go up every year,
Yep.
and the police never seem to have enough money. And you know, it's just
Oh, don't complain, Margaret. Everything's going fine. You know our government's
It's great.
brilliant.
It's perfect. It's brilliant.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's just a slight mishap.
Yeah, it's not bad design at all.
Yeah.
No.
Marcus Paris
None.
in the chat said, what we haven't spoken about on here, who would be beneficial to have in power for cannabis users? And I don't think Labour's going to legalise it. Conservatives, well, the Green Party said that they'll legalise all drugs. But what's the point in legalising all
But
drugs
they're
when you go to
stupid.
socialism and nobody can afford anything anymore? You can't even afford food, never mind drugs. Let's not
It's
become
kind of funny
communists.
you say that because I feel like that's what we have right now under capitalism.
Well, you can afford some, at least.
Somewhat. Oh my God, it's so fucking expensive here. I don't know.
It's not capitalism that are crushing us. It's the governments. It's got nothing to do with actual capitalism. It's because we've
I
got
don't know
corrupt
about
governments.
that. I don't know about
Capitalism has its flaws as well, for
that.
sure.
Sure it does. Our grocery monopoly certainly
but most
hasn't
people,
been
most
short
people
on any
would control
profits.
that if it wasn't for our governments having stupid laws. If we control the laws, then that would have far less impact. If you know what I mean.
If people
We'd have
control
more
the
control.
laws.
Yeah,
That sounds
people
more
could,
like socialism.
Not really.
No, because the government controls the laws under
'Cause-
socialism.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
They just tell you what to do.
go back
That's
to
kinda what
common
they're
law,
doing right now.
which we used to.
Yeah, that, see
All
what
I
you
know
done,
is
Marcus?
food
See what
prices
you done?
keep going up and up here, and it's kind of wild.
See what you done, Marcus? Started a rant.
That's right.
Honestly,
Margaret's going
Marcus-
off on one now. Look,
Here we
she's all
go.
getting ranty and political.
None of them, Marcus. None of them.
This would have been a great
Yeah.
spot for her to drop Margaret's little one-liner in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a
fuck,
good
say it,
point,
Margaret.
actually, yeah.
Say it, Margaret. It's like
What
the
you all
Bart
fucking
Simpson
crying
meme.
about?
You're fucking- Beautiful.
You're all crying about it. It's too expensive to live anymore. So that's
right.
None of the parties at all. I don't trust any of the parties at all.
No.
And they'd only legalise it as a ploy to gain votes. They wouldn't be serious in it. None of them are thinking about it.
You mean they would say it, but they wouldn't actually do it? They would make a
Yeah.
campaign promise?
They wouldn't know how to do it properly either.
No.
Do you know what I mean? They
Right.
then come, oh, we got to regulate, but we got to have like a billion restrictions around it when we do it.
Right.
And before you know it, it's like we'll legalise it once we have some structure in place, and they just keep arguing about that structure.
Yeah.
And one of the
then by
recent
that time-
interviews, one of the recent interviews we had with Boudica Seeds, he said that Reform have said, Nigel Farage, the guy who runs Reform, has said that he would legalise cannabis because it shouldn't be illegal. But to what extent of legalisation, we don't fucking know. Home grow, ridiculous prices, ridiculous regulations. Who fucking knows, man? You can't trust any of these politicians. They're all fucking mental.
I mean, because
It
they've
all
done
needs
such
to
a
be
great
started
job
again,
with
and we need
medical.
to restore everything back to as it was.
Yeah, restoration is the only way, really.
Restoration is the only way.
Restore. That's right.
What we used to have.
Holy.
Restore values.
Jesus. Yeah. Crazy. Anyway, well, there's the smoke break, everybody. Get a little political there. Let us know what you all think. We like it when you express your opinions. Doesn't matter which side of the political spectrum you lean to. These kind of discussions are good for everybody.
Yeah.
So have them.
Like I said,
And
we're
you
all
don't
on the
need to worry.
spectrum.
We kind of, well, I personally, I can't speak for everybody else, but I kind of like lean right, so I won't be coming to assassinate anybody. So don't worry about it.
Bro, you lean. You
So
lean.
you can be left as much as you want. I won't be trying to assassinate you. No.
You lean
Okay.
center right from the fucking far right side of right, Smee. So you do lean right in some way.
No, I'm saying.
Jesus.
Captain.
Oh,
He doesn't
my
really,
goodness.
everybody. He doesn't really. Just joke. Calm down. It's okay. He voted green. Are you ready to move on to the... You ready for the grow guides then, everybody? You ready?
Of course we are.
Let's do it.
Do it.
Who brought politics up, Marcus? Fuck.
I know, right?
I reckon it was a ploy.
That's right.
Yeah. Maybe he's the Fed. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
keep
right.
us going.
This small break's
God
over.
damn it,
Let's
Marcus.
focus, everybody.
Okay, sorry.
God.
Focus. Press the show notes and start reading.
That's right. So
Mhm.
we're talking about a recovery guide today and how to save damaged cannabis plants from many different ways in which they can be damaged. Overfed, overwatered, too much heat, too much light, a snap, a break, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to go through each different topic and try and give you some ideas on how to fix each one if you do happen to come across those issues. But if you've listened to the Grow Guide so far and you paid attention, taken notes, you shouldn't be having any issues really. Everything should be going pretty smoothly. But just in case, let's cover this stuff anyway. So
Yeah,
yes,
because it always goes smoothly, obviously.
it usually does. Does.
Yeah.
And this is the thing with growing cannabis. A lot of people don't get started because they're like, oh, it's far too difficult. I'm not going to be able to do it. I'll kill the plants. I've never been able to grow a plant before. But one of the things with cannabis plants, which shocks everybody when they get involved with this shit, is just how fucking hardy these plants are. They will take anything.
It's almost stupid.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous what they can survive. I like to say, as long as it's got a little bit of green on it, give it some water and give it some light, and it's going to be all right in a week. Just one leaf left, just hanging there. You give that leaf some light, this plant will fucking live, man. It will deal with so much shit. But what happens usually though is when the plant does go through issues, instead of getting them fixed properly and getting proper diagnosis, people just start doing all these different things. More food, different pH, less food,
Kitchen sink.
and it's just not the right way to go about things. You have to figure out what's actually wrong with the plant and address it accordingly. So and this is where the forum comes in. If you ever need help with your grow whatsoever, Percy'sGrowroom.com, just sign up there, put a picture up of the plant with some information, and we'll be able to help you out and put you on the right track and get things diagnosed. Yeah, man. But these things happen. Things like recovery time, the amount of time it takes for you to get this shit diagnosed. It's not like you need to rush. 24 hours is plenty of time. You don't need to sort things in an hour, otherwise the plant's going to die. The plant can survive some ridiculous things, man. So don't panic.
Yeah.
Take time. Get a proper answer. Treat the issues properly. And yeah, cannabis can fucking survive anything. It's absolutely crazy. A common issue, though, one of the biggest issues we see is, especially for those growing in soil, is overwatering. Do you want to talk about overwatering plants, Billy?
Yeah, overwatering can be a bit of a bastard sometimes because obviously if you do, you've got to wait for it to naturally dry back. You can shove like a fan on it to give it some air. Maybe if you can turn up your lights a little, if possible, to just create a bit more heat. But you don't want to be turning on fucking radiators in the summer and shit like that and overcooking stuff. But so that can be an issue. Also, it's the most common as well in a way to make because it's really easy to do sometimes because you're just like, oh, I think the water is a bit moist, or it's a bit dry. It should be moister. It should be wet, and you're always thinking, what is moist? Is moist wet? Is it how dry is moist? And you're thinking, oh, it better be too dry, otherwise it can't. So it's getting used to how much moisture is in your medium. So that's why especially with soil, I always play with the top part, really. If you know what I mean?
Playing with the top.
So the top inches. So you just got to grab it and mix it about, and then you'll get to know how moist the underneath is. So, and people think overwatering means too much water. It's not always too much water. It's mostly just the lack of oxygen getting to your root zone and just too much moisture being held within like the soil. So there's no air to get through it. If you know what I mean?
Kind of choking it out.
Yeah. And they need air, obviously, just as much as they need water. So, like to say, so that's why they say they've like the wet, dry period. So you get that medium in between. So, so going over sort of like the moist isn't too bad if it's not too over it too often. If you know what I mean. But to leave it like wet for like a whole week, because then you start getting mold growing and stuff like that. Like you get drooping leaves, puffy, swollen appearance, slow growth. The soil just say wet for days, which is the most biggest one you'll notice, even when you've watered, like, and you think, oh, it's not drinking anymore because it's not got the oxygen to be able to want to drink, really. The leaves are clawing and they go downwards. sort of thing. So it's all facing down and getting a bit droopy and sad. And it's not because it's not got enough water, it's because it's not getting the oxygen it needs to breathe. And that's where the overwatering becomes an issue. The thing is, overwatered and underwater plants can look similar. So really, you've got to sort of look at the moisture levels of the bottom of your plants around the sides. So stick your hand down the side of your medium, and if it's really moist and wet all the way down, then you're like, ah, shit. You want the top part to be a bit dry, the edges to be slightly dry. And if you're going to water, maybe water from the edges, so the edges are being watered. You know what I mean? Just keep them moist and damp, and then the inside to stay moist and damp. And then but you don't want it to be like really wet on the outside. You want that to be like the driest part, sort of thing. You don't want it obviously to be dust, but you just want a mixture. And that's what I can say, really. The recovery is difficult because you just got to stop watering. It's let the fucker dry out almost as much as you can, really. It's just if you can get lift it off the ground, so you got again air all around it as well, that helps, especially from underneath, because it's sort of like just makes a big difference. So and just avoid feeding it, watering it, doing anything. Just try to let it dry out as much as possible, so you know it's all dry. And then maybe just, like I say, water the edges, so you know, because then that's what will dry out quicker. So, and then you know the inside's still moist, because anything around the outside will be drawn towards the center to moisten that up as well. So it's just to make sure the edge is slightly dry, and then just keep watering the edges. And then, but don't water on schedule. Try and leave it for an entire week if you can without watering. The plant will survive. You know if it's too dry, and then because the soil will be just fucking light as fuck. You'd be able to lift up the plant.
And the leaves get droopy. I've done it when I was growing in soil. Man, the one time I didn't water for like 5 days. I'm like, is that enough? Is it enough yet? And then I checked the fucking plant after the lights come on. Something, they look dead. It's like, oh shit. This is fucked. Then you water it, give it fucking 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes, fine. Absolutely fine.
Come back 2 hours later after you had a joint and forgot about, oh fuck, I forgot about my plants. And you're like, oh shit, they look normal again.
Oh, nice and perky.
And that's it. It was crazy how it went from looking like, oh, because it was a genuine, oh shit, these are fucked. But then you just water it, it's like nothing even fucking happened. The plants are so hardy, man. So it's so easy to overwater them. The like you said, the medium needs oxygen too. So unless, I mean, you don't want it to get to that stage where it's all droopy and looking like shit, because that's too far. No. But if you can catch it the day before that happens, perfect, man. You know. But that's in soil. In hydroponic mediums, things are a little bit different. You want to talk about recovering from nutrient burn and overfeeding, John?
Oh, the nutrients, man. It's such a bugger sometimes, right?
Such a bugger.
I this, we're talking more, in my opinion, this is more coming from the hydroponic side, you know what I mean, using salts and what have you. But so a big mistake, people think more nutrients is going to make, more growth and bigger plants and what have you. And sometimes you can really mess it up. I've done it before many times, and I hate it. So the cannabis plant is only going to use what they can process. The rest the rest will build up in the root zone and starts causing problems. So this is where we talk about, like, sometimes you got to flush.
In the root zone, did you say?
Yeah, in the root zone. Root. Or should I... How would you like me to say it?
You don't need to roll the R. We just want you to say root instead of rot.
That was quite the roll.
Yeah, that was terrible. I can't even do that. That's ridiculous. Jesus.
I say that for when I'm talking to your mum.
That's right. Whoa, Billy. Holy. I went sideways so fast. Oh my God. Anyways, back to nutrient burn and such. So a couple signs you might see are going to be your burnt leaf tips. You might get some really dark green leaves. Clawing is another sign. Salt buildup in the medium. I never seen this when I was using like the plastic style pots, but with fabric, you can see it real easy. Yeah. And like crispy edges of your leaves, There are many other signs of nutrient burn, in my opinion, but like these are kind of the basics that you'll notice right away, So what's happening? You got too many salts around the roots. So pull. Listen, stop it. Okay. Tomato. All right.
No, John. Not when it comes to roots.
I think I might disagree. Well, yeah.
Oh, Margaret.
I'm sorry.
Holy.
I'm sorry. As a Canadian, I got to apologize. Sorry.
Okay.
You tell him, Margaret. You tell him.
Holy moly.
A Canadian apologizing to you like that, John, she's basically calling you a prick.
Yeah, basically. Oh, we're so nice and agreeable.
Say it a little. Oh, we're polite. I never said we were nice. Would you just say it in a unique way?
Roots. Thanks.
That's all.
I appreciate that because I'm an individual person.
There you go.
That's right. It's a beautiful sentiment. I mean? Beautiful.
So, continuing on, we're gonna pull water away from roots, damage root function, and cause nutrient lockout. Roots. Okay, everybody, roots. Recovery process for this. Reduce feeding strength. So you're going to want to lower the amount of nutrients you're giving them at that time. Sometimes you're going to have to flush the medium lightly, not just like dump 10 gallons of straight water onto them. Okay. You got to do it with what you usually would feed them until you work out that, I don't know, your runoff is what you're putting into it. You got to restore your proper pH, which I don't know, like Macky, and Smee, I suppose. Like, my pH usually never got off as much especially if I was burning them. It usually stayed kind of the same for me.
I think it depends. In salt buildup, like when the water evaporates and leaves salts behind, then usually the pH can swing a little bit depending on what you're using.
Yeah.
If you're using PK, especially, that'll be more acidic, I found.
Yeah,
that causes problems depending on what nutrients are in the medium still and how dry it gets. But if you stay consistent, with cocoa especially, if you stay consistent and keep it damp all the time at the same consistency, then the pH doesn't swing too much. Right. It's just some shit doesn't get used at certain pHs, so it will build up in the medium. If you're in soil and you don't keep the pH correct and it's not consuming all of the iron, then over time the iron will build up and then there might be an iron problem. Not likely with iron.
Right.
It's a bad example, really. Or they say nitrogen instead.
There you go.
So it's just building up over time.
Anyways, let your plants excuse me. Let your plant stabilize. Resume feeding gradually. So don't just start hammering it with more nutrients after you've just fixed your problem. Huge mistake is, again, continuing to feed heavily because of mistake. They mistake lockout for deficiency. And man, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about burning because I've had it happen a couple times bad, man.
Well, it's happened to me, and I've seen people in the forum do it. Like when the plant's getting fed too much, and then they'll do a flush and reduce the feed, and they'll start getting foxtails because all of a sudden the plant's just started to grow again. It's been stalled for a week or two. You flush the medium, and it just all of a sudden starts to fucking grow. It's crazy how it happens, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. So your recovery can take several days before you're going to see visible improvement. Damaged leaves may never look normal again, which is what I usually find. They usually end up just eating up that leaf and it falls off.
Yeah.
So that's
man.
Nutrient issues, man.
Easy to deal with if you know how, and especially if you're in a hydroponic medium, easier to deal with than soil. Soil takes a little bit longer, but these things happen, man. If you do,
I've never really seen a lot of nutrient burn. Like I've never seen a lot of people post about nutrient burn in soil so much. Like a little bit, but nothing compared to like the hydroponic side or cocoa or whatever,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but it happens, man, and it can easily be confused for a deficiency. Like, oh look, the leaves are going yellow. It's like because there's too much salt buildup. Plant's not eating properly, so because there's too many salts in the medium. So you know, just make sure you know what's wrong with your plants and get a proper diagnosis. After some experience, you know what it looks like anyway. It's not like you need help all the time. But if you're a new grower, if you're new to this shit, don't just see yellow leaves and assume it's nitrogen deficiency, because it might not be, probably isn't. You know, so just get some help over on Percy's to fix up with that shit.
That's right.
Recovering from heat and light stress, that's another problem, especially with summer approaching for us in the northern hemisphere here. We get some heat issues. You want to talk about recovering from heat stress, Margaret?
Yeah, heat and light stress, which is also becoming more common because the LEDs are so powerful. And so you have a lot of growers blasting their plants with more light than they can actually handle. Does that happen to any of you? Do you guys keep your lights on at 100%?
No, not anymore. I used to in the early days with LEDs, because one, they didn't have a dimmer switch on them.
Right.
Yeah, the dimmer switch is nice and easy.
And they weren't just as powerful as they are now. The LED lights we have now are ridiculously powerful.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, so you can run them at 70% and they'll outsmash LEDs that were out 100% 5 years ago.
Right.
It's crazy how powerful they are now.
So some of the signs you might see of heat and light stress would be your leaves toccoing upwards, or bleached top leaves, foxtailing buds, dry, crispy leaf edges, or upper canopy damage only. And if only the top of the plant is damaged, it's usually environmental and not nutrients, which is pretty good. Something to think about, because usually if you run into these problems, you panic and you're like, oh my God. But at least it's probably something you can deal with relatively easily.
Yeah, right. Especially if it's at the top of the plant, like just the top. It's pretty obvious it's coming from the lights. The light. Same thing with fans. You know, sometimes you get certain dried leaves on just the left-hand side of the plant, and it's because it's being blasted by a fan 24/7.
Right.
These things happen.
Yeah. So how does this happen? What are the causes? Your light could be too close, or your PPFD is too high, or you have crappy airflow, or high leaf surface temperatures, or incorrect DLI. What do you?
All these acronyms. Gosh.
Daily light intake.
Daily light integral.
Integral. Sorry.
When it says high leaf surface,
is it integral or is it integral? How are we pronouncing that word?
Oh, that is definitely a tomato.
Okay.
There we go.
Whatever you say, John. We'll just
shut up. Shut it.
We'll go whatever you say. How do you say it, John?
Integral.
Yeah.
Integral.
Integrals.
Yeah, that'll do, John. Perfect.
That's right. Thank you.
It's one of these things.
Sorry, Margaret.
LEDs are so strong now. It's easy for plants to just get a little bit too much light sprayed at them. So you know, just keep an eye on that shit. And if there's bleaching at just top of your plants, it's probably the cause. You know?
The one I'm not clear on is the high leaf surface temperatures. Is it meaning like high leaf is in leaves higher up on the plant?
No, like just physically? The leaf temperature altogether of it, because you got the air temperature around the plant, but you want to get one of them laser gun things with you know, that can measure the temperature. Got a little dot on it. Dogs, cats love it. It's a toy as well. You can just swing it around the room and they'll chase it.
So it's a dual purpose tool.
You can use it for making fecal as well.
And it's so fun to have. You can you point it at your TV screen, you see what temperature your TV screen's running at. You point it at your hard drive.
That thing's been on too long.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just for fun. Why the fuck not? You know. But if that's the important temperature check. Is checking
while you're playing around with your laser lights.
Gotta make a laser sound as well.
You can also dim your lights in your tent. You can raise the fixtures. You can improve your airflow. You can stabilize the environment and lower your leaf temperature. And hopefully, by doing these other things, you are lowering the leaf temperature.
Right.
And plants will recover surprisingly quickly because they are pretty resilient. It's kind of like the watering thing too, and they look all droopy and stuff, and you're like, "Oh my God, they're dying," and then you water them, and then they're fine.
Yeah, man.
I mean, maybe it's not quite as simple as that, but
yeah. I want to get my laser out now. Play with laser.
Macky's itching to get the laser light out.
Yeah,
I got one. I
Is
can
that
see it
laser
from
sound?
here. It's right there. Pew 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 pew.
I've used mine for making edibles more than I have the actual
Yeah, I use mine
the
for that a
leaf
lot too.
surface temperature.
Yeah.
I think I tested
Yeah.
the leaf surface temperature once and thought, okay,
Yeah, that's fine. And now you just use
now
it
what
for
can I
everything
put?
else.
Yeah, now I use it for everything else other than that. That's it.
So
Every
when the
time I
kids
think
are
about
ill,
somebody,
Go-
maybe.
you know, check their temperature on their forehead.
Forehead, yeah.
Yeah.
Close your eyes. Because you don't want to get in their eyes.
Do you always do it with the sound effects?
Of course.
Yes.
Is that a prerequisite for
It's
owning
got
one of
sound
these
effects
tools?
built into this fucker. That's right.
Does it?
Yeah.
No,
You
it
don't.
doesn't.
Oh,
I just wish it did.
so you do the sound
It's
effects.
kind of built in
Yeah.
when Mackie's holding it because he thinks it's part
Yeah.
of him, you see. So he's
Yeah,
like,
what?
I'm the built-in on this gun.
You're fucking judging me. I don't give a fuck.
No, not at all.
No judgment, mate. I love it.
Oh.
That's right. Gotta have the laser sound effects. If you had a fucking laser gun for testing temperature, you'd know exactly what I mean and you would understand why I make the laser sound. You pull in a trigger and a laser's coming out.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do? Of course you're supposed to make a sound.
What are you supposed to do?
You're shooting silence or something with it, obviously.
You could just not make the sound and
That's
just
right.
see what happens.
Just
Yeah, but
suck
that's
all the joy
boring.
out of life.
I
God.
guess.
Yeah,
Isn't
Jesus,
isn't the
Margaret.
joy from the laser
God.
itself?
No, it's the sound effects.
Oh,
It's
the
the most
sound that you
important.
make.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Ah.
Okay, I'm
You now
misunderstanding.
become
Lasers
part
for the
of
animals.
laser.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, anyway,
Anyway,
if you think you have light stress, dim your lights 10 to 20% before you start messing around with the nutrients and see if that helps.
Mm-mm.
And then work on your sound effects.
Pew pew pew.
Pew, pew, pew. Brilliant. Anyway, but this is another one of those things. If you're unsure, don't just be looking at a few dim leaves at the top of your fucking, at the top of the plant there, lost a little bit of greenness, looks a little bit pale, and being like, oh, this must be light stress. Just come and get double checked over on Percy's. You know, it takes 5 minutes to upload a post with a picture in it. And, you know, we've got less time than that. Depends how long you want to type. You know what I'm saying? Free nugs. Shout out to you. But, you know, it doesn't take long. You know, take a picture, just get a second opinion to make sure. You know what I mean? But let's talk about one of the ones that this is one we should all have at some point, everybody. If you're not, then you're not treating your plants as good as they should be treated. But looking at broken branches, physical damage. You know what I'm saying? This shit happens. What are you saying, Smee? You want to talk about this?
Yeah, mate. Broken branches. Know what I'm saying?
What was that sound?
Sorry.
Okay.
That was
That
my
was-
sound
was a-
effect.
The sound of a broken
Yeah.
branch, maybe?
Yeah, trying
It
to
sounded
be.
like a
Snap.
fucking whip.
Was that a whip?
It sounded like a fucking whip to me.
Oh, okay. Well, I get that wrong too.
Okay.
So yeah, breaking branches. It's one thing that shocks new growers is how often you can break a branch, but how they can survive too.
Man, I remember nearly crying once. As
Oh,
an
fuck,
adult,
here we
as a
go.
grown man, nearly crying because I'm trying to train my blue cheese, and I was training it. Fucking branch snapped. I was like, oh, that's fine. I can fix it. Tape it up. I carry on training. Snap another branch. It hurt more. Fucking tape that one up. I'm like, it's all
fine.
okay.
It's
It's gotta
fine.
be fine. Third branch snaps. Oh my god, man, my soul is destroyed. But I tape it up. I'm like, it's gonna be okay. Fourth motherfucking branch snapped on the same plant. 4 branches. I'm so close to just crying. Like, oh my god, man, I've killed this fucking thing. I think it was fine. I was more stressed than the plant was. But fuck,
Yeah.
you know.
Was the wife yelling at you from the back? Stop touching the goddamn plant.
Yeah, I mean, you're fucking it up. Leave it alone. But yeah, so I know it hurts everybody when you snap these branches, but it's fixable and it'll be okay. Don't get stressed.
Yeah.
Sorry, Smee.
No, that's fine. I've snapped branches before too. The only time I've had anything happen really major when I've snapped a branch is if I've snapped the main stem. That can stunt it a bit. That could stunt it a bit, and obviously depending
but
on
that's
what...
it. Just stunt it a bit. Tape it up,
Yeah.
will be fine.
Yeah,
You know?
but this
Crazy.
is it. So heavy training is a big thing. Obviously, you're not gonna be snapping branches if you're not heavy training, and falling lights, falling fans.
Never.
Someone
I've never
recently
had
said
that happen.
Someone had the lights fall on their plant.
Yeah,
sure.
I've seen that happen a few times. Not to my crop, but other people.
No. Yeah. And accidents during watering. You know, I've just leaning over your plant sometimes if you're in a little 4x4. Well, I say a little. If you're in a 4x4 and you lean over to sort something out of the back, a leaf, stray leaf, etc., you can snap a branch inadvertently by your stomach, leaning over and sort of stuff like that. So easily done. But yeah, training is generally going to be the place that you're going to be snapping your plants. And how are we going to recover from this? Well, just tape it. Tape the snap branches as soon as you possibly can. Line them back up. When we was talking about the splicing thing, there's those different cores inside, you know, and that's what all you're trying to do is you're just trying to get that branch to line back up so it can just carry on feeding itself, and it'll create a knuckle there, won't it? And that knuckle will hold really strong, and it'll hold it there. But we just use a bit of tape to support that. It only takes a few days, and you could maybe use wire ties and stakes and stuff like that. If it's a big hefty branch, you know, that just a bit of tape's not gonna cut. But keep it clean, and then once you've finished messing with it, leave it. Just leave it. Yeah, let it heal from, because it's just been through a stressful ordeal. Imagine you break your leg. The last thing you want is, when it's just been fixed, put in a cast, someone coming the next day and going, let me just have a prod and poke about with this and let's have a look. Just leave it.
My ankles are broken. My ankles are broke. I got broken ankles.
Exactly. So
classic.
This is it. But on the same,
Smee has fallen from a high spot.
yeah, generally. Oh my word! Although it's been fire top and cornerstone mainly lately.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's off topic. That. So sometimes though, we're gonna want to snap that branch. Yeah, intentional damage. You know, because that can sometimes strengthen it, and a lot of people like to do this thing called super cropping, where we'll get that, you know, especially people that just grow the main caller up in one and it starts getting too high, it's not enough room. They'll grab that main stem and they'll bend it 90 degrees, maybe, just snap that branch right over. They'll probably loosen up where they're going to be bending it first to not snap it, you know what I'm saying? You can manipulate that part of the branch or that part of the stem, and it will then bend to whatever angle you want it to bend at. And then again, a few days later, it will have formed a knuckle. It'll be strong, and it will grow out at that angle that you want to grow it out. People prefer that to wire ties and stuff like that. Sometimes it's a high stress training rather than low stress. Using wire ties, it'd be low stress, where this is a high stress. But people that super crop tend to not top as well. So they're kind of doing one or the other. So you're not getting... And people that use wire ties tend to top. So I find there's always some form of high stress training. But, so a properly healed branch often can become stronger than the rest.
Allegedly.
A lot of people have said that, yeah. It's an alleged point.
Allegedly.
But they say that big fat knuckle allows more nutrient to pass through it. I say that it's got to still come from that little ass thing.
That's what I think. It comes up a thin stem and goes through a thin stem. Just because there's a knuckle there.
Yeah. It does. It does. I agree with it. It makes it stronger. Have you ever felt one of those knuckles once it's healed?
Yeah.
They're like a rock stone. You know, it's difficult to squeeze that knuckle in where it's easy to squeeze your branch in. So I do believe it makes it stronger, but I don't think it makes it
I
better.
just like to consider it. I wouldn't do super cropping or any kind of that shit on purpose. But if it happens accidentally, it's fine. I can deal with it. You know, the plant isn't going to die. It's easily fixable. You know, just don't get too stressed. But I wouldn't do it on purpose. But each to their own. It's your plant. If you want to fucking super crop it. It's down to you.
But and this will finish off this point. There's an important warning here. A fully severed branch, once it's gone, that's it. It's gone. It rarely can recover from a fully separated.
Yeah, it's a tough one. If it's hanging by even just a little bit of skin, it can still hold on. But I have had plants, like branches fully break off, and I've just taped it back up. A little bit of support to make sure it doesn't move with the fan and shit. And it's been fine, man. It will look like it's dying for a couple of days. Like the leaves go droopy, dry out a little bit. But once it gets reconnected, like you know, inside the plant tissue, once that's reconnected, it can start getting water. It picks back up and it's fine after that. So just depends on how quick you can get it. If there's any dirt or anything that landed on the thing when it's broken off and shit like that, all makes a difference. But try and save it. Just because it's completely broken off, don't write it off straight away. Stick it back on. If it dies and doesn't work out, you're not missing out on anything, are you? You know, it was dead anyway. Try and attach it, and it might work out, and it might grow into a 1/2 ounce bud. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's happened to me before, where I've broken branches and it just grew into a ridiculously fat bud that weighed 1/2 ounce once it was fucking dry. So don't fucking write them off, man. Let them do their thing. These plants are strong as fuck. Let's talk about root damage and transplant shock then, Billy. You know, all this transplanting pots in soil and shit. This is definitely for you.
Yeah, so what it says here, the roots are the half-hidden plant, hidden half of the plant, but which isn't always true because it depends on what you're growing. Because DWC, you can lift up the pot, have a look at your roots, and have a good listen. But you don't really generally see your roots most of the time, unless you're specifically looking for it. And the biggest problem with root damage and transplant shock is obviously when you're transplanting, you're just roughly doing it, sort of just being too boisterous with the plant. Also, root bound plants, which have just been left in small pots for ages and not been able to stretch their little roots. Cold roots as well, issue, which again, obviously, cold makes plants not wanting to do anything. It sort of curls up and think it's winter. Want to go into survival mode, which is basically
same for me, really. That's what I do when it's cold.
Yeah, exactly. Too right. Root rot as well, obviously, from overwatering as well, from that sitting in too much water and stuff, that can be an issue. So yeah, it's that is a bigger cause of the main issues is root rot. Once you start getting root rot, then you fucking got some issues there, really, to be honest. And that's when you want to hope you've got a big root system, otherwise it's going to kill it off quickly. And with root rot, you do want it to dry out as quick as possible so the roots can dry off, break off, and the other ones can just start breathing again. Obviously, the signs of it's sudden drooping. I've seen that before in a lot of things. Really slow growth after you've transplanted it. It's like normally when you transplant it, you want to like shoot up and give it some quick growth. You have lots of new colour to it. Reduced water intake, you notice that the soil just stay wet still for long, and you're like, that's a bit too like undrinkable. If you know what I mean, it's just not drinking anymore. You'll notice that. It have a stalled appearance. It just looked the same size and shape, and not much growth there. And you're just like, shit. So that's the issue. Is what and unless if you are in soil, then it's quite difficult to see the sort of what damage you're getting. So it's sort of like guessing as well at this stage. So the recovery is, again, avoid heavy feeding and after transplanting and heavy watering. So we'll just like slowly keep it really just enough water in it so it wants to stretch them roots out to the bottom and out wide, sort of thing. Keep it warm as well is important. You don't want it to get really cold. You want to just keep it nice and warm so the soil's in like a good sort of like early summer sort of type of temperature soil. Reduce as much stress as possible, so no training so much, just let it grow out a bit, because you can let it train again after a week or so of recovery and it's not too bad. So, and you just got to really allow a root system to re-establish, maybe some mycorrhizal fungi in there if you can add it to growth, some fresh soil, things like that, so for it can grow into sort of like. So it's if the pot's sort of over a small pot and it's overwatered, then put it in a bigger pot with some dry soil in, and then that dry soil will soak out some of the overwatered soil and just let then the roots dry out a bit quicker. So it's just depending on if you're in the final pot or not could make a big difference there. So if you're just transplanting, then you might just be able to recover it quick enough. And it's the important point is plants often pause their growth whilst they're recovering, so and that's quite normal. So again, like leave it a week before you really want to see any actual recovery from a plant. That's about it, really.
That's about it. But like you said, it's difficult to tell what's going on with the roots. So we do have a whole episode on root rot and things like that as well. So if you need to know anything about that, you know what the smells are, how to identify it without actually seeing the root zone. You know, we have an episode on that stuff. But interesting one. Shit can happen in the roots. You don't realize it. The plant's looking like shit. You think it's nutrient deficiency. You think it's bugs. Think it's too much light. But in fact, it's just something going wrong in the roots. So make sure you got your root zone in a good environment. You know. Yeah. So some of the biggest recovery mistakes, you know, and this is the biggest one of all, is just doing too much. You know, when people see that they've got an issue with their plant, it's looking a bit yellow, looking a bit dark, it's got spots on it, you know, it's looking droopy. So many things, so many different signs it can give off. And you know, people just think about it, you need to add more nutrients, change pH, move the lights. You know, some people try flushing it, seeing if that works, spray things onto it, you know, repot it into the next part, or water it again. And you have to really try and figure out what it is, get the closest idea, because it's difficult to tell exactly what's wrong with it, but you can, you know, test things and come up with a decent idea of what's going on. And then you're going to make one change, and just one change. Don't be changing, you know, changing the light and the food and the pH all in one, because you don't know which one is the broken thing. You have to try and figure out which one thing you can change to try and fix things before you start fucking around with something else. And then when you do that, when you do have one thing but you've changed, don't just change the next thing tomorrow unless it's been like extremely worse. Then just give it 24 to 72 hours, you know, a few days, and see if it has any recovery, see if you found the right thing. So it's really important at the start to get the correct diagnosis and know what's wrong with the plant before you try and figure shit out, you know. And if you have no idea, if you're just taking guesses, like I say, we say it all the time, Percy'sGrowroom.com. You just put a post up with a picture, give us some symptoms, give us some of the growing conditions, and we'll be able to give you a good idea of what's going wrong with the plant, and then you can get the correct diagnosis and try fixing it. Just don't rush it. You know, just try and get it right in one. Don't try and fucking try all these different things and hope for the best. You know, figure it out, give it the correct diagnosis, give it the correct treatment, wait a few days, and the plant should respond happily. And if it doesn't, move on to the next thing, you know? But always loads of help over at Percy's with this kind of thing. So if you have issues with your plant and you don't know what to do, we will help over there. Right. Yeah, but
that's right.
Main thing to remember, and it's always surprising to new growers, as I said earlier, just how resilient these plants are. It's absolutely ridiculous that they will survive anything. Now, with all the shit we talk about, temperature, humidity, and the right food, the right soil, all this stuff, this is how you get really good cannabis. But if you just treat this plant like shit, then you'll get cannabis off it. It just won't be great. You know what I mean? So they can really withstand so much. It's absolutely ridiculous. They are the hardiest plant I can think of. It's crazy. Yeah, so all you need to really do is identify your issue correctly, and then work towards fixing it over a couple of days, and it should be fine after that. So just you know, don't stress. Get the correct diagnosis. Treat the plant in whichever way we've just said above. You know, if it's got too much light, raise the light a little bit. Too much water, stop giving it so much water. Too much food, reduce the amount of food it's getting. You know what I mean? Pretty simple to fix. And I don't know, man. It's
sync to it.
Sync to it. That can help. That can help.
Yep.
Sync to it. I'd like that.
But you know, I've never killed a plant in that way. Like a plant's never died for me. I've had to kill them. but never because of any issues that it's been having. There's been other reasons. What about you, John? You ever had a plant die on you?
Nope, not once.
No.
Nope.
What about you, Billy?
Not from that. I've had bad seedlings, maybe, or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But once
Yeah,
the
I've had
plant's up and
young
running,
not an actual
plants,
plant,
but nothing
no.
proper stuff, established
yeah.
plants. No.
that's it. And it's when it's established, it's really hard to fucking. You can kill a seedling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can kill a seedling quite easily. But once you've got a few leaves on it, decent root base, man, that plant will take a fucking beating. What about you, Margaret? You ever accidentally killed a cannabis plant?
No, surprisingly.
See, what about Smee?
No, cannabis plant has never killed itself. It's always been me doing it. Something stupid I've done, or you know what I mean?
Not the question.
So have you had plants die on you then?
Have I had plants die on me? I've killed plants before, yeah.
No, but
I sat
when you
on
say
one.
you've killed plants, yeah, but that's
Yeah.
different. You've
Sat
sat
on
on
one.
one, you've broken it, you know. But that would
This
probably
is what I'm
survive if
saying.
you just tape it up, though.
Exactly, but it's what I'm saying. Cannabis plants and just never die, never just die, do they?
That's it. These things are all fixable, reasonably easy, everybody, so don't panic. And if anybody listens to this shit, like, I'd love to grow cannabis, but I think it's too difficult, I'm going to kill the plant. You really don't know how fucking hardy these plants are. They're more likely to kill you, all right? Yeah.
I've killed so many indoor plants, like just regular house plants.
Yeah.
I don't know why, man, but
That's funny.
growing cannabis, not a problem. Like, I've never had that problem at all.
Yeah, it's a ridiculously hardy plant. It just wants to live. You just give it what it needs, and it'll do a fucking good job of it.
It no longer becomes rocket surgery. You can just
It's
grow
really
it
not.
easy.
Really not rocket surgery. Saw a fucking
I
clip of
do
Trailer
not
Park Boys
know.
earlier, where Ricky just walking into the trailer park and he's just chatting some shit about getting married. He's like, "What about getting? What if there wasn't even a proposal and all this shit?" He's talking, and then he's like, "Oh, what's that over there? Why is there just a pack of cigarettes and a half-eaten sausage on the ground? Fuck yeah!" And he goes to pick it up, and then he gets caught in a trap. You know, like, of course you'll catch fucking Ricky in the trap. Jesus.
Oh,
That's a great TV show, man. Fucking love Trailer Park Boys. But anyway, yeah, that's everything. Should we go to listener mail?
let's do it.
Decent. Yeah, right. Listener mail, then. We have a few questions here.
Okay.
We got one from Agent Steve, but we'll get to that in a little bit. That's a fucking long question, Agent Steve. Gosh.
Holy.
No wonder you police officers got no time to actual fight crime. Writing long ass messages.
Is this question not entrapment?
Maybe.
Might be. Oh, we'll see.
But let's talk about Lobby Lobster first. He said, Hi and homegrown crew. Thought I would be in here before Free Nugs takes up all the time with his question.
Good call, Lobby.
Free dogs. Poor guy.
Any tips for using a bowl trimmer? I have just bought one as my claws are useless with snips. So does anybody use any bowl trimmer like that?
I have a
Bowl
bowl
trimmer.
trimmer. I have a huge one, and I have just your regular bowl trimmer.
Any good?
They are pretty good. It really you have to be careful of your dryness, for one, and you have to have expectations, okay? Because it's not perfect by any means. When I've used it dry and wet, and there's mine has two different. That's right. Your mom did? I mean, so
Obviously.
No, his mom's
That's
always dry. Okay.
Sorry.
What are you doing to us? Let's focus. Gosh.
Yeah. So there's two different blades on it, but
It was both wet when
for
I
the
was
most part it's been pretty good. But you're gonna get a lot more trim using a bowl trimmer.
Yeah.
Like, because it has a tendency to take quite a bit extra unless you have consistent sized buds, that are
This is what I was
good
thinking.
sized.
Like, what about if the bud's fox-tailed? Surely that'll get fucking brutalized.
As long as depending on the bowl trimmer, of course, but as long as the bud is big enough to where it like rolls around enough and it doesn't like fall
dense
into the
enough, you
grate.
mean?
Yeah, but it's still got to be big enough depending on the grate size.
That's what she
you know.
said.
God damn it,
Jesus.
Billy. However, I have found that using the bowl trimmer with wet trimming, you get a better
Did it
result.
rip it apart rather, or I always thought it'd get
No.
worse result because it'd like rip it apart rather than.
No. With wet trimming, it actually trims it up really nice. You can really break it up when it's dry. You know, another
Yeah,
thing
bashes
with the
it
bowl
about more.
trimmers and stuff, yeah, especially if it's dry, it is going to knock off quite a bit of trichomes. Like, so you will
So you
have
just
a
get more
lot of
hash.
like resin in the bottom. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
That's a shame.
As an example, I will give you an example. I had a buddy just grow a Candylicious the other day, and he trimmed it up with his bowl trimmer, and he got 3 ounces of buds when he was done. Would you like to take a guess at how much trim he had?
12 ounces.
8.
Anybody else?
1,400.
Come on now. Goddamn.
69.
15 ounces.
420.
15.
15.
Yeah,
Wow.
15
Wow.
ounces of trim. Yep.
And ended up with 3.
Yep.
Okay.
OP made
But
hash.
he
That's
makes
it,
a
yeah.
lot of edibles, so
Mhm.
he's making FICO and stuff, so he's okay with that.
I think
you know
that's
what
the
I mean?
best advice. If you're going to use one of these bowl trimmers, because we understand trim jail is fucking shit, and you're stuck in there for
Yeah.
ages. If you're past an age where you can't use your hands without fucking arthritis kicking in, shit like that,
Mhm.
then you don't want to sit there for 10 hours trimming shit, do you? You don't have the ability to. So you might have to use one of these bowl trimmers. So if you do use one of those, whatever you got trimming off the plant and going into the bottom, this 15 ounces John was talking about, that can be turned into hash, oils, edibles. Don't throw that shit away. Use it for
Yeah,
something
keep
else.
it.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's just extra stuff. So you're not necessarily losing it. It's just being turned into a different kind of, a different form of cannabis for you to use in a different way. So make sure you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But, good question. Good question. We haven't discussed these bud trimmers before. 'Cause not many people use them. They're expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, if they're
They've
necessary,
gotten a
they're
lot
necessary.
cheaper now, man. Like they're not bad now. The bowl ones.
Right, so we have this one here from Agent Steve, who's not a Fed. He
It's a
swears,
novel.
honest, he's not a Fed. And this is probably longer than a Free Nugs question. This is probably the longest question we've ever received. Jesus.
It's a mini script.
Brace yourselves. Here we go. I'm curious and really not sure if it's relevant to this episode of the podcast. Feel free to leave it out, but
Let's just leave it out then. If
let's
it's
leave
really
it out.
long, just fucking
Next
leave it
one.
out. Fucking yeah.
Next one
one.
we've got
Next.
Stash Snug Small, he said. Okay, let's give him a chance with this beautifully written story here. It's always relevant. Any question you have about growing cannabis, if and sometimes it's fucking random shit. We do those sometimes as well. So don't ever think it's irrelevant. Send it in. Listener mail, open to anything. You have any questions, drop them. We always like to answer these things. But feel free to leave it out. But what's the process of getting medical where you guys are from, and what's the prices of medical weed in your country? We are paying $21.7 per gram where I live, which is mental in my opinion.
$21
That is
per
expensive,
gram.
man.
Wow. That's a lot.
$21. Yeah. I mean, it's great that it's legal and all when it's prescribed, but I cannot help to think that it pushes people towards the black market with these prices, and God knows what kind of shit they put into their products. My example, I pay, you see on what I'm saying about long, this is not even halfway. My example, I pay $110 for the prescription itself every month. Then I am prescribed 15 grams that cost $21.7 per gram. Damn, that's about $435 in a total month. We have some discounts if we're insured, which rounds up to like 40%, but only for 8 months, then a normal discount for the rest of the year. Thoughts about that?
Wait a minute.
Wow.
So he has to pay $110 a month plus pay
No,
for the actual prescription?
$435 a month But he can, I don't know what he's saying there actually. What, 15?
Right. It sounds like he's saying I'm paying a
21.
monthly fee plus I have to pay my prescription of the 15
No.
grams.
He'll pay for the 435, and then 40% of that will be taken off probably, right?
Okay.
Because if it's 27 per gram, it does work out to about 235, 435 for the ounce. But anyway, I'm growing myself now, and I have to, and it's the greatest, most therapeutic hobby I have ever done. I'm tired of JH since the only medical there is here. Yeah, Jack Hare, that's the only one he can get. Damn, I apologize. That was the longest question. Learned from the legend Freenogs himself. There you go, Freenogs. There you go.
My question is, where is he at? Holy cow, I've never heard of
More importantly,
Agent Steve in the chat, he did say the discount is only on medical itself, on the medicine itself. Wow. You saying something?
Right. Yeah, more importantly, his DEA mates are doing him not any justice, are they?
That's right. Can't you just get some from the fucking evidence room, Steve?
Come on, man. They're charging you all this. DEA charging you this, man.
I mean, just go in there as a bust. Freeze! Everybody freeze!
This is obviously why he's so much trying to take us down, isn't it?
That's
right. He wants the big score.
He wants some promotion. Get paid more so he can afford weed.
So he can get a better deal off the DEA.
Keep growing your own is what I'm saying there. But
yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy numbers.
Horrendous prices.
Holy shit.
It's like double the black market price almost, isn't it?
Yeah. It's ridiculous, man.
That's why I'm curious what state that is, because holy crap, man.
Yeah.
I have not heard numbers like that before.
No, I haven't either.
That's lunacy.
$21 a gram. That's wild.
I guess maybe back when like Minnesota started with their medical, it was probably high like that, but Minnesota didn't start with flower either. You know,
it's crazy, man.
it was
Just
all
grow your
oils
own
and
there.
shit.
Yeah.
Grow your own.
That's West Korea. That's
what
West
you can
Korea prices, that, isn't it?
Because stick with us, grow your own, and then
Well, even
we'll show
here,
you
I
how to
think
make
it'd be
your
like
own.
between $6 and $12
Yeah.
gram if you worked out the conversion. It's mental. So it's like double our prices, and that's how bad it is.
He said he's not in a state. It's a Nordic country.
Oh.
Sweden or something.
Yeah, some sort of
I'm not a
Norwegian.
fan.
Yeah,
yeah,
obviously
I wonder.
Sweden.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean,
Okay.
No.
I was reading that as somebody in a state.
That's what he means by he's not a Fed. He's not a Fed because he's not in the USA.
Yeah, exactly. He's in
I see.
Sweden.
We're on to you now.
Yeah, but it could be undercover in another
Switzerland.
country.
Europol or something. Europol.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Europol. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's Europol.
Okay.
It's even fucking worse, mate.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh,
Diplomatic
EU police, mate.
Anyway.
The Nazis in disguise, didn't they?
Yeah, I know, right?
Anyway.
Okay, moving on.
All you got to do is really grow your own, man. It's we don't
Is
have
it
the
legal?
idea. Well, yeah,
Is it
it's
legal
like what
where it
prices.
is?
Like where he is, yeah, it's legal medical, and that's why he's asking as well.
No,
How
to
much
grow
do we pay?
to grow his own. Is it legal to grow his own? There is that what he's worried about? Because it's
Even if it
legal
isn't,
medically here, sort of.
Those
innit? 'Cause I
fucking
can get
prices shouldn't
Curaleaf,
be
but
legal. That's fucking.
That's what I'm saying.
Fucking grow your cannabis.
And even if it ain't legal, mate, just be careful and still grow it.
All right. Yeah. No, it's not. You said. Yeah, that's lame.
Same here, mate. So yeah, unlucky.
Yeah.
Still, fucking grow some guerrilla grow if you have to, mate. If you're scared of it being caught and shit, go plant some seeds outside somewhere and hope for the best. A couple of autos, plant some autos out there. You know what I mean, if you don't get the plant at the end, then cool. But if you do, fucking bonus, man. You know, a few ounces at that price. Get a few ounces of some fucking outdoor grown weed, bro. You're gonna save $1,000, man. Fuck
Oh yeah, holy smoking ashes! I couldn't
fuck
even
that
imagine. Damn it, man.
So next one.
Yep.
Next one. We got.
Okay, here we go.
This is from Frino. He said, "Happy Mother's Day, High and Homegrown panel." I think he was referring to you there, Margaret.
Yep.
I've got some photos in my tent that are starting to get pretty tall. I'm still waiting for warmer weather outside before they leave the tent. What are some training methods you guys use to keep better control of your plant height? I have been practicing super cropping with bending the branches over and letting them heal back up to create a super highway knuckle. What do you guys do?
Boy.
Nice, man. I would just use bends. Bends are just so easy. Just little clips you can put on the plants, little like semicircle arcs that you can just put on the stems and bend them out all over the place. That's a great way to do it because it's not tied down or anything then. But other than that, yeah, scrogging is great. But for you, who's going to look at planting the thing outside, yeah, just training them with some string.
Me?
Yeah, what you do, John?
I mean, I would have shot right away for topping.
Oh yeah, topping.
Like just topping, just keep topping them.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like, because I'm dealing with the same thing too right now. Like I'm waiting, and I think tomorrow we're gonna put some of them out. But yeah, they're getting tall, and I've only topped them. I prefer not to really train my plants I'm gonna put outdoor, I guess, because I'm not gonna be training them later. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there's really no need to as well. You only train them indoors to try and get more light penetration, but outdoors that shit don't matter.
Right. So I mean, if it's a situation where you have a height problem, I guess, like you're hitting your lights, then you're kind of, I guess you kind of got to train them maybe over, but I don't know if I'd be doing it super cropping or anything.
Yeah.
I would just kind of bend them over for a little while or something.
Yeah, man. Get them outside, bro. Well, you guys up there far north is Margaret, you said something about your last frost not coming till June or something, right?
We're
usually by the end of May.
Right.
Yeah, we're putting into a greenhouse. That's why we're going to be able to put out like Monday, tomorrow.
Yeah, man. As soon as that last frost is done, get it outside, bro. Get it outside.
Yep. Yeah, because we're supposed to have like a -3 night tomorrow night.
Oof.
Whoa, Margaret? What? No.
Which is why you can't put anything outside yet.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe by next weekend though, because that's like the
maybe.
long weekend. So.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, as soon as you can though. But because you have the time, do some of this training stuff. The plant's got time to recover. You don't want it growing too big, so the little bit of stress now to keep the growth small until it's ready to go outside can be a good thing. You know, so it's a good time to experiment with these kind of things. As we said in the grow guides, your plant's gonna be fine. You know what I mean? You can put it through a shitload of fucking torture and it will be fine. Just give it time to recover. So this is a nice time to practice that kind of thing. But yeah, man, just some basic training. I would use some of them bends on it if you want it, just to try and keep the height down. You know, but John's idea of just constantly topping that shit, it's a good idea, man. Just keep taking the fucking, keep taking the tops off. And you just keep thinning that, and that's gonna be so fucking pushy. That plant, Jesus.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, one more. Stash Nooks More asks, Macky, with the summer barbecue season now getting underway, fuck yeah. Fuck.
I don't even know why you're asking him this question. They don't barbecue over there, Stash.
What? What?
Bro?
Do you though?
Yeah,
What's your mouth at?
Do you even barbecue?
It's not the same.
How is it not the same?
It's not the same.
It's because our barbecues are made with actual grass-grown, actual fucking meat from real healthy animals, rather than factory-farmed, processed meat.
I ain't watching no videos of anybody in the UK doing any barbecue.
No, because we're too busy fucking eating the fine food instead of fucking filming shit, John.
All fancy and shit.
I'm not sure that the UK is known for like really great.
No, they're
food,
not.
is
That's
it?
what I'm saying. No,
That's racist.
They don't even know what a
No,
grill is.
That's
Great
racist.
food. Got better food than American cunts.
Holy, I can't
Can't
believe
grill
what I'm
over there,
hearing.
Margaret. They don't have enough room.
Smee,
You know what I mean?
you are not
Lamb
allowed to
roast,
say anything
lamb
in this
hot pot.
conversation. You don't fucking eat onions, bro.
Sure.
Yeah.
Innit? Yeah, you don't
True.
eat onions.
Jesus.
You
John
don't put
even know
onions on
what
a
white
barbecue.
sauce
You put
is.
steak on a
Yeah, you
barbecue.
do.
Yes, you do.
Oh, you don't know what you're talking
You don't
about.
put
This is
what
why
on
I
Oh, you
say
don't know what you're talking
UK
about.
has no idea how to barbecue.
Oh, because I don't
Not
put
at all.
a
See, Stash
filthy
Nugs, you
onion on
started
my
a fight now.
barbecue.
Me and
How
Smee,
many
me and Smee,
How
we
many
went out for
pictures and
steak
videos have I
yesterday.
sent you guys?
Hold on, John. Me and Smee, we went out for
triggered.
steak yesterday, right? And this motherfucker, the steak arrived. He's got some chips, some fries. Got the steak. There was some coleslaw. Well, on one of the plates was coleslaw. He scraped off no coleslaw. He's got rid of that. He scraped off all of his fucking peas. He doesn't want any onion. Jesus.
No mushrooms.
Racist
No mushroom. Scraped off
bastard.
the mushroom. I ate my mushroom.
Mushrooms and steak.
Good
go
job.
And you said
together.
it was. You said it was rancid.
Yeah, it was better. I still ate it though. It's food.
We do.
There are children dying in Ethiopia. Christ me.
I live in
Grow
the
some
UK.
fucking mushrooms then.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Let them eat the mushrooms. They can have them
Jesus,
all.
man.
I'm all
Yeah,
right
they
with
can
that.
have this one. I'll
Yeah.
post it to you. It'll be fine by the time it gets there because it's not going to rot because it's not actual food. Fuck. Just saying.
Honestly,
Listen,
racist
anyway.
towards my dislikes of mushrooms.
when you
and
guys actually get warm
Jesus,
weather over
dude, I
there,
do.
I need pictures of you guys actually grilling and barbecuing food. I want to see it.
All right, it's on, John. It's on.
Okay.
on.
Okay.
It's on.
Anyway, sorry,
I send
Stash
pictures
Nuts.
and video all the time.
I
Oh,
got
God.
a specific
We're still
butcher to get my meat for
It
my
was such-
specific.
I don't give a shit where you get the meat. I want to see you do
Well,
it in
that's
the
what I'm saying.
backyard.
You know what, Margaret?
it-
It was
Yeah.
a bad idea bringing up food at the end
Yeah,
of
it
the show.
was.
It
Always
was a really
is.
bad idea.
Son of a
Especially
bitch.
barbecue because now we're all hungry and we're like, oh, fucking barbecue. Jesus. Anyway,
Oh, I do
Right.
love barbecue.
if you could create an entirely new terpene, what would it be? What? How did you relate that to that? Stash Nuts? Fucking hell. So yeah, barbecuing, brilliant. But and he also said hashtag sweet baby rays for the win. Oh my goodness.
I think the new
Could you
terpene I would
imagine a
make would
barbecue?
be the smell of barbecuing steak on charcoal. Not to be charcoal though,
Yeah.
And yeah,
If
imagine
you
people
could-
fucking smelling that when
Oh.
you're smoking
because that
it.
smell.
Like, is that weed or a fucking steak cooking on a barbecue?
Ugh.
Damn.
I could
Yeah.
go for that right now.
Mm-mm. I'm gonna have to steal Margaret's idea and also say this is gonna be my this is the terpene I want as well. Jesus, if
Yeah,
you're listening,
that sounds great.
Give me some new terpenes, bro.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Yeah, I like that one. What are you saying, John? What's your new terpene?
I mean, I gotta agree with that same situation. To be
Shit.
honest with you.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to
I'd be
agree with
down for
Margaret,
that.
man. Yeah, I think I'm down with that as well. I think she's
Yeah.
hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah. Well, how else do you come up with any other new terpene? Honestly, it
Yeah.
covers a lot of
Right.
bases, but it doesn't cover
There's so many.
It
steak
doesn't
on a
cover the
charcoal
meat group.
barbecue. Right.
And we covered a
Yeah.
meat group.
Yeah, we need some
Yeah.
umami
There we go.
terpenes.
We've
That's
got
what we
like
need.
4 sausages and a beef.
Whoa,
cats.
whoa.
Jeez.
Holy Christ.
I
Them
realised.
edibles kicking in.
Yeah, yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
Holy.
I like
But-
that whole idea, man. That's
Mm.
delicious, steaky terpene.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. You can smell a barbecue from a mile away as well, you know, and that,
Oh, yeah.
know.
that
So
it
good.
just
So
makes your
good.
mouth water, and it's like, yes, yes, please.
My favorite, absolute favorite is charcoal.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolute
yeah,
favorite.
yeah.
Oh my god,
It-
dude.
That's
Me
what
too.
barbecue is. Anything
Yeah.
else, then it's not
Anything
barbecue.
else, it's
is
just-
it?
That's
Well,
Well,
cooking.
You can do
No,
it in
no,
your
no,
house
not
on the
well.
stove.
That's the definition of barbecue. It has to be done on the charcoal.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, some people would call a bag
Oh.
of charcoal. But to be fair,
It's because you're one of them
if you're
gas
cooking
grillers,
with
ain't you?
actual wood, no, hell no.
Okay.
Is that what you call
Hell.
your mum? What?
No.
Charcoal.
But
is that
wood, actual wood made charcoal, like charcoal that's you burn the wood down into charcoal.
Yes.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
the
You mean
best.
that as opposed to briquettes? The briquettes. or
Yes,
whatever?
as
Yeah.
opposed to briquettes, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yes. That's usually
If
what
I
I
lived,
get.
if I lived in the States, I
Mhm.
had plenty of land. I'd have a place where I could do all that burning of the logs.
I'd
and
grow
the
my own
lumberjacking
trees
in,
just
Yeah.
to
and
make
then
into
I'd
charcoal.
do my own.
Yeah.
I'd just grill over the logs. To be fair, you know what I mean. Just do
Yeah.
all that stuff. But I
There
do all
are
that
a
stuff.
few.
Since I don't, I buy them hickory chips you can put on top. So
Mhm.
as your coals, like those briquettes, as they're coaling.
Could you make
just
hemp
right.
charcoal?
I bet you could.
That's the question.
I don't know if you
know.
could because you can make briquettes,
Because it is
but
woody.
I don't
so
think you can
make
make charcoal.
because they make because I know they make the briquettes to burn in the fires, but I'm not sure if it's yeah.
Because like charcoal is like big chunk
Mm.
of the actual wood.
Yeah, 'cause I
right?
don't think it
It's
breaks
not
down
like-
into it doesn't break down to the carbon, does it, as much? Where
Right,
the wood
right.
does to make. the-
Anyway, fucking hell.
Holy
Barbecue
shit!
terpene for the win.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, barbecue terpene for the win.
Yep.
Well done. Well done. Beautiful, Margaret. Very nice.
Oh, very well done.
That
Yeah.
was the last question there. So thanks, Stash
Yeah.
Nugs. That one fucking lit up the conversation there.
Sure did.
Well, yeah. Good show. I want to eat food now. And the missus is making
Me too.
chilies. We had spicy Sundays for a while, and then she stopped cooking the spicy food on the Sundays because the kids were complaining, it's too spicy, too spicy.
Punch him in the throat.
You know what I'm saying? Don't fucking
That's
eat
right,
it
John.
then. Jesus.
That's right.
Yeah,
I
so
agree.
I had a word. Where's the spicy
Had a
Sundays
word.
gone? And now the spicy Sunday is back, so we're having chili
Yes.
today. Fuck
Nice.
yeah. Know what I'm
Very,
saying?
very good.
Let's go to the
Very
outro
good.
before we talk about more
Let's
food.
do
Let's
it.
do that.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Fade in the intro song. So what you gonna do, Margaret? You got plans for the rest of the day? Being it Mother's Day, you're gonna go see the kids. They're coming to see you.
Actually, no, they're both working, so we're getting together
Boo.
tomorrow. I know.
Boo.
I
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Oh well.
Okay.
Oh well.
Yeah.
You got to
That's
spend
what
it with
happens.
us, Margaret.
I did.
Yes.
I did. Hear
It's
you
always
all
good.
Great.
argue over about
And we
it.
act like children, so it's all the same.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty
Very
much.
true. Very true. Yeah. Yeah. Free notes.
Yeah.
Free notes. This is a good show, guys. Sorry, my question wasn't longer. Yeah, you kind of losing the
There's yours
enthusiasm
next week.
now.
And also, free nugs. Fuck you, free nugs. That's all I'm
Yes.
going to say. Onion terpene. Onion
yeah.
terpene. I've just.
That's kind of
Seen
out there
it, man.
already. You can get that.
Yeah,
from
that's
the
already
Strange.
a thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Already a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just
That's
pair
right.
Thanks for
onion
the short
terpene.
question, but yeah, thanks
the
for
barbecue
also
steak
screwing me
terpene
with the
and-
onion terpene.
There you go.
Steak with a baby rays on that shit. Man, I went to fucking Wingstop. Sorry to keep you all, but I went to Wingstop a couple of weeks ago. I don't even know if I told you. First time I've been to
Yeah.
Wingstop here in the UK.
Oh.
And fucking, I had this chicken with this garlic butter. Oh my goodness. It was so good. It was. I like
butter is
garlic butter
classic.
just so much. Just garlic butter on its own. I could drink it if the wife would allow me to, but she wouldn't.
Garlic batter is cool.
Garlic, anything. I love garlic so much. Garlic and onion. Jesus.
Oh,
You
no,
just-
you're just
you just
ruining
house
decent
me.
garlic. Jesus, bloody.
You hear this guy? Oh my goodness.
Okay, and you'll be cooking with your feet on the street soon with that, all that onion. That's because, you know what I'm saying? Jesus, bloody.
Jesus. Yes. It's a good show, everybody.
Yes.
Go and eat.
Oh, I
Go and
just
eat,
found
everybody.
a
Yes.
picture of you guys
Enjoy some good
grilling.
shit.
Dude, my son came to me yesterday actually and said, Dad, if I go halves, can we get a new grill? So, yeah, that's how much we use our grill. It's battered. We need a new one. My son
Nice.
wants to go halves with me on it. That's how much we grill. 'Cause-
I've just pasted a picture of you guys grilling in
You
chat.
just said that, Smee. You've been
in
drinking whiskey.
Zoom.
You've been drinking that whiskey, Smee.
No, it's just
degenerate.
emphasising.
You know?
No, I've got to drive, haven't I? I've got to go pick the missus
Oh
up,
yeah,
so-
shit. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
See, so let's wave,
That's
say
how much
goodbye,
we grill.
and go eat some fucking food. Let's go.
I guess I'd
everybody.
go.
Do it.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. See you
Bye.
later.
Have a good week.